around this flame. From Boston and Chicago to Los Angeles and New York City, Big Booty Land's footsteps have never echoed louder. But rather than living in days of old, like a new chapter in our storied novel, we look forward to a page unturned. And like the next verse of a song still waiting to be sung, we look forward to what lies ahead. So let us not say goodbye. Instead, we say,
she doesn't like this, will you do it like that? Now if she touches like this, will you touch her right back? Now if she moves like this, will you move like that? Come on, shake, 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 shake it.
Put your back together, and if that's true, you'll just have to taste me when it's kissing you. If you want forever, I'll be you do. Just know you'll taste me too.
Shake, 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 shake it.
You'll just have to taste me when it's kissing you.
Shake, 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 shake it.
Know you'll taste me too.
Hyper now.
In time, ink lines, bitches couldn't get on my incline. World tours, it's mine. 10 little letters and a big sign. Justin Bieber, you know I'ma hit him with the ether. Guns out, wiener, but I gotta keep an eye out for Selena. Beauty in the beast, beauty from the east. Beautiful confessions to the priest. Beast, beauty from the streets. You don't get the seats. Somebody gonna match my freak. Beauty in the beast, beauty from the east. Beautiful confessions to the priest. Beast, beauty from the streets. You don't get the seats. Somebody gonna match my freak.
Yo, before we get started, I want to know one thing.
Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, they say I'm an athlete. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty girl, nasty. I've been a nasty, 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 nasty. Is somebody gonna match my nasty? I got stamina, they say I'm an athlete. Is somebody gonna match my freak?
till I can get my satisfaction.
Push me and then just hurt me. I can't get no satisfaction. 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 Satisfaction.
Do you think about the days when we sat down smoking wine and drinking haze? Oh, was it the other way?
The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found something so out of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when we sanctuary. Shadow me with your touch, oh Lord, it's a minute down. The angels up in the clouds are jealous knowing we found.
And she showed me movies and I like them too. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 60 is so far down.
Try it, ride it, lick it, spit it, pull to the side and get all up in it. Kiss it, ride it, can I fit it? Try like sports, but she knows I'd hit it.
But that shit chicken, why she texting me? Why she keep calling my phone, speaking sexually? Every time I'm out, why she stressing me? You call her Stephanie, I call her Heffany. You call her Stephanie, I call her Heffany. You call her Stephanie, I call her
You
Heffany.
wanna guess the color of my underwear? You wanna know what I got going on down there? Is it pretty in pink or see-through? Is it showing off my brand new lower tattoo?
For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main. M&M's, sweet like candy cane.
I just wanna be part of your symphony. We hold me tight and not let go. Symphony, like a love song on the radio.
Pop it, let it bang. For this life I cannot change. In the hills, deep off in the main.
Like a love song on the radio. We hold me tight and not let go. I only smoke when I drink. And I only drink when I overdose. I only smoke when I drink. And I only drink when I overdose. We hold me tight and not let go.
Dust. I get my rhyme on dust. Guaranteed to make it right if your night is a bust. Dust. I get my rhyme on dust. Guaranteed to make it right if your night is a bust.
Who's standing in the front yard yelling? Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the hot girls yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Fuck the back page yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the front yard yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the hot girls yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the back page yelling. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Dust. I get my rhyme on dust. Guaranteed to make it right if your night is a bust.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside that trunk?
I'ma get you drunk, get you love drunk off my hump.
What you gonna do with all that ass inside them jeans?
I'ma make Check it out.
I want you to be mine again, baby. I know my lifestyle is driving you crazy. I cannot see myself without you. We call the place down, you know the way through. I go out of my way to please you. I go out of my way to see you. I ain't playing no games, I need you.
All alone is a flood. People learn to receive. She had the power in her hand to shock you like you won't believe. Say, boom, girl. Shock me like an electric feel. Baby girl. Turn me on with electric feel.
And I want you to be mine again, baby.
Shock me like an electric feel.
I know my lifestyle is driving you crazy.
The work is mysterious and important.
Yeah, baby.
Now tell me how you love it. You know you at the top and only heaven's right above it. We own it's Young Money, motherfucker. If you ain't running with it, run from it, motherfucker. Alright, now somebody show some money in this bitch. And I got my bees with me like some honey in this bitch. You dig? I got my gun in my boot purse and I don't bust back because I shoot first.
Oh my god!
Soulja Boy tone. Hot up out the bed, turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. Oh, hot up out the bed, turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, said what's up, what's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. Oh, Soulja Boy tone. Hot up out the bed. Hot up at 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 the bed.
Badder than, bad from me back. Where you get your badder from? Thing when me get, but I come from Afghanistan. They don't want to see this cross, make me a thing on me hand. Badder man, you know me vibes can done. Lyrics them a fire like a bullet from a gun. Big badder man from outer England. When me lyrics start fire, watch out some wire. Now walk with the rapper pam pam. Badder than, bad from me back. Where you get your badder from? Thing when me get, could I come from Afghanistan? They don't want to see this cross, make me a thing on me hand. Badder than.
Hit me.
just here so I won't get fined.
No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile. Pursuit to be happy, only laughing like a child. I never thought life would be this sweet. It got me cheesing from cheek to cheek, ay, ay. And I ain't gonna wait for nothing, cause that just ain't my style. Life couldn't get better, this gon' be the best day ever.
No, 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 baby, no, 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 don't lie. No, 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 baby, no, 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 you gotta try. What you gonna do when it all comes out? See you, what you all about? No, 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 baby, no, 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 don't lie.
Oh my, good Lord. I never take a day off, work around the clock, the engineer getting paid off. Rock like Ace up, like the weed and take off. So high, cannot see, 8 off. Now I got these rappers all breaking up a sweat. Cause every time I get up on the mic, it come correct. And I learned it from the best, always dressing something fresh. With the full little dime, big butt and nice chest.
Man, it's so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?
Birds of a feather, we should stick together. I know I said I'd never think I wasn't better alone. Can't change the weather, might not be forever, but if it's forever, it's even better.
Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to?
One more time. Birds of a feather, we should stick together.
Do you have to let it linger?
One more time.
You make me this, bring me up, bring me down. Play it sweet, make me move like a freak. Mr. Saxo beat, make me this, brings me up, brings me down. Play it sweet, make me move like a freak. Mr. Saxo beat.
We're having all night revival. Some call the women and some will steal the Bibles. Folks say my survival. Baptize me in a bottle of bean for Johnny on the vinyl.
Whoa, I never meant to break, but I got him where I want him now. Whoa, it was never my intention to break, to steal it all away from you now. But God, does it feel so good?
I don't know your plans. I just wanna get some. Girls wanna someone with their friends, wanna do it to their ex and they get the job done. Girls just wanna dance. Girls just wanna have fun.
Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait.
Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
Wait, they don't love you like I love you.
I miss you so bad, I miss you so bad.
Wait, they don't love me like I love you.
But here's my number, so call me maybe.
Oh, what a night. Late December back in '63. What a very special time for me. And I remember what night I should go and warn her.
There you think that she is so cool, kicking back on your couch, making ice from the coaster. Wait, I think I've been there too.
Oh, what a night.
She is so cool.
Oh, what a night.
She is so cool. I can feel it through me.
We could go band for band, fuck that, we can go M for M. Put on no for the Maybach truck, they're along with the factory rim. I got the 90 years, version of the bride with a real threat. It's got to the point that I don't even care, I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear. I'm not in a mood cause my flight they're late. So I jumped on a private jet and I'm asking a pilot the ETA. Lambo parked on a landing strip, everyone in my gang and my DJ pay. Why is my man talking about inshallah? These times he don't even pray.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show.
At the Pink Pony Club, I wanna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I wanna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I wanna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
Down at the Pink Pony Club, I wanna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
Hey, Slim Shady, I see the one, but she be bad, baby. Hey, I feel you creeping, I can see it from my shadow. Wanna jump up in my Lamborghini Gallardo. Baby, go to my place and just kick it like Tybo. So we gonna over, watch me smack that hack all on the floor. Smack that hack, give me some more. Smack that hack till you get so. Smack that hack, oh. Smack that hack all on the floor. Smack that hack, give me some more. Smack that hack till you get so. Smack that hack, oh. Well, you know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now. Don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 hey. You know you make me wanna stop.
Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. You really wanna pop me? Just know that you will never pop me. And I know that I gotta be a little cocky. You ain't never gonna stop me. Every time I come a nigga gotta set it, then I gotta go and then I gotta get it, then I gotta flow and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing a nigga think that he be doing cause it doesn't matter cause I'm gonna dead it. Then I'm gonna murder everything and anything about it. Boom, about a bing. I gotta do a lot of things to make it clear to a couple niggas that I always win and then I gotta get it again and again and again.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hold up.
Everybody in the booth can tell myself apart from you. Now that we're dancing, people, dancing, people, dancing, people, dancing,
Happy after joint dancing on the people dancing on the people dancing on the people with the people on the people smoking PO2 on the booth hanging from the people on the people mic so people on the people dancing on the people.
Smoke weed every day.
Put the fries in the bag.
Who do you want me to be? Cause I'm too messy, and then I'm too fucking clean. You told me get a job, then you asked where the hell I've been. And I'm too perfect, so I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that all? Power in my ears like a kid. When your words mean nothing, I go la la la. I'm turning up the fire when you speak. Cause if my heart can't stop it, I'll find a way to run and I go. And I'm too clever, and then I'm too fucking dumb. You hate it when I cry, and this is that time of the month. And I'm too perfect, so I show you that I'm not. 1,000 people I could be for you, and you hate the fucking love.
You're as cold as ice.
better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you,
but I have to charge.
I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers, rap 225,000 hours. Get a calculator, do the math. I made 1,000 songs that make you move your ass. And for the last 300 months, I made 16 albums. Me on the front, and they bump. When you get your beats, I heard 93 rappers say bitch like me. 2 singers and 10 comedians, and I'm still gon' yell it every time you see me in. What's my favorite word? Why they gotta say it like short? So they can't play on my court, can't hang with the big dog, stay on the court.
I like that you're looking at me, up and down so effortlessly. Pull around and maybe we'll fall in love. Yeah, getting late and harder to breathe. Let you take the best of me, yeah. So you better be careful with my heart. I know when I open up the door, I'll find just the thing I wasn't looking for. Oh, you look like trouble. I could be in trouble, falling in your arms again. Got me seeing double, and I think I love it, baby. Here we go again. You look like trouble, 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 trouble. You look like trouble, 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 trouble. You look like trouble, 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 trouble. And I think I love it, baby. Here we go again.
Take it, it's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing that you can't shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. 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 When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be.
And I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings. I got a really big team. They need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings. Better be coming with no strings. We need some really nice things. We need some really big rings.
No place I'd rather be. When I'm with you, there's no place I'd rather be.
If I told you this was only gonna hurt, if I warned you that the fire's gonna burn, would you walk in? Would you let me do it first? Do it all in the name of love.
saucing, saucing, saucing on you. I'm swagging, oh. I'm ballin', I've been song on you.
In the name of love, name of love, in the name of love.
Saucing on you. I'm swagging on you. I'm ballin', I've been song on you.
What the hell? What the hell, Leonte?
Ice, ice, baby.
Alright, stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to every single person here. Kicking off this day right now. Let's get ready to rock here, traders. Here we go, team. I'm obviously so jacked up, ready to go for this day. Excited to see what today is going to really be bringing us. And obviously, I'm getting myself fired up. We got ourselves a fresh new start here. Yesterday, if you guys were not here, I did finish off my day with an $800 profit. So again, yesterday was a little bit of a unique day. And the reason why yesterday was so unique is because we started off the day here. Let's do a little recap. We started off yesterday with an $800 and around, $30 profit. And we were able to do that over on AHMA. AHMA, for anyone who was not here, we actually shorted as the stock ran up towards $8, and we made about $800 as the stock came on down. Then I actually went for another short, but the stock spiked its way back on up, and I went down $200. So I actually made $800, lost $800, went myself down slightly $200, and in the afternoon, I traded UGRO. And UGRO, I shorted at the end of the day, and I made another $800. So yesterday was a unique day because I traded in the morning, AHMA. I won on AHMA, but then I lost my gains on AHMA. Then again, I saw UGRO in the afternoon spiking, and I was placing alerts. I was going over it all. And again, UGRO, I was able to make $801 in profit, which was a very nice, solid day. All right. So we take a look over on this play here, traders. This is why I always want you guys to follow me over on X or StockTwits or whatever. Because again, I kind of called out this entire thing. It started 17 hours ago. UGRO now spiking up 150%. Very big spike, rip and run. UGRO, I'm going to start shorting 500 shares at this time. Just holding if it dumps. If it spikes back up, no big deal. I want to get filled at $7 plus. UGRO, this is why I started shorting as the main resistance line is coming on up at around that $7 area. UGRO just made $801 in profit. So as you guys know, I am trying to do as much as I possibly can to, again, either A, live stream absolutely everything for you, or B, on top of that, be able to, again, give alerts out on my X, on my StockTwits, over on Tradecaster, making sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. All right? I want you guys to grow. I want you guys to learn. I want you guys to get bigger and better and stronger. I want to make sure that you guys are all set here. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Dominic, Deck, you look like you just had a long night of drinking. I did. I had a long night of drinking last night. Whole milk. I had over 2 gallons last night of just straight out cow whole milk. Nothing filtered. Just taking it straight from the udder. Big night last night. And now it's time to get dialed in. Pop quiz right here. Who knows early 2000, maybe even late 1990s comedy movies? What movie was there a commercial that said again, Badger milk? That's 100% pure Badger milk. If you want to get your muscles right, order Badger milk right now. If anyone knows this answer, you are an OG. You are, again, the cream of the crop. You had a childhood. The correct answer is The Animal with Rob Schneider. Remember when he used to do a whole bunch of movies just constantly? Kind of like just a little bit not as good as Adam Sandler when he used to just bang out movies, every year. Rob Schneider used to do the same. He did a movie called The Animal, where, again, it was all about Badger milk. It was a good movie. Guys, right now, we are having a lot of opportunities. What are going to be the best plays for us? What are going to be the stocks that are going to make us the most amount of money? Well, already, guys, I'm hearing constantly over on my Fox Runner the ding ding, the ding 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 ding. It just seems like there's alerts 24/7 at this moment. So what is happening? Why are we again having these plays? Why are we having these opportunities right here? It's because we do have a lot of solid press releases. Guys, KPTI right now meets primary endpoints and $30 million private placement. All right. So guys, KPTI right here, this is a play I would definitely say keep your eyes peeled on. We do have one of the best press releases right here, traders. It really is. KPTI meets primary endpoints and $30 million private placement. All right, KPTI, what is happening? Well, traders, we know that one of the best press release words that we can have is the word endpoints. When you reach your endpoints, it means you have accomplished what you have set out to do. And that's why, again, this one has so much potential to go crazy today. Now, the chart's a little ugly. The daily chart has kind of been fading and falling and dropping. But I would still say there is a good opportunity that we could see this up to $9, $10 today. I can understand why people short at $8.75, but I would just say KPTI is one of those stocks that we want to keep on our back burner to see if this play is going to be able to continue to spike and rip and run. Also, yesterday, UGRO. UGRO is on watch, yesterday's #1 top gainer. UGRO is a top gainer again today as it's up over 34% so far. Low float, stocks gapping up, look to break $8.75, has room to run up to $10. So again, what do we have at this moment? UGRO, this was a previous #1 top gainer of yesterday. Now UGRO, this one again started ripping and running. I shorted this play at the end of the day, was able to make some money. But UGRO is not done in any sort of way. UGRO is a play that has some very strong 755 support right now. And I would say, though, we have a little bit of a downtrend. I could see some lower highs starting to form. Now, if we start breaking this area, if we start breaking 850, 870, we could squeeze. But UGRO, the #1 top gainer of yesterday, and is still a play that we want to be focusing on and watching right now, that's not too bad. That's not too shabby. That's not anything that, that's not bad in any way, right? So we have KPTI, which was halted, right? We had KPTI again meeting its endpoints. We have UGRO, which is a previous top gainer on the day. We also had ELAB. ELAB right now. This is a play that, again, I don't think it's doing too much. ELAB is still hot. Still, again, worth our time. ELAB right now up 36%. Obviously, what am I always looking for? I'm looking for stocks that are spiking and ripping and running towards new highs. When a stock is at the high of the day, that is when the stock has the best potential to kind of keep getting the hype, keep getting the mob, keep getting the volume. Right now, ELAB needs to get back up near $6 to get that next leg on up. ELAB needs to get that momentum to keep on pushing it towards that next level. So again, if we can break through $6, that's where, again, the potential is really going to start squeezing through over on ELAB. ELAB did have a good press release, secures an ITAR registration, enabling it to the U.S. defense manufacturing contracts. So basically, it's not saying that it's landed a contract. It does not have a contract, but it allows it to be able to gain contracts. Does that make sense? So this play right here, guys, it does not have any current contracts, but it is now in the running to get contracts, which is making traders happy. We also had another endpoint press release right here. And this press release right here is RADX, right? We take a look over on RADX right here. This was one that had a quick spike and came right back on down. As of now, as you guys can see, ELAB is a good one. KPTI is a good one. UGRO is a good one. These are kind of like the top plays at this moment. Now, UGRO was yesterday's top gainer. KPTI does have news. ELAB does have news. PAVS right here does not have any sort of news. PAVS is the #1 top gainer in the stock market today. This stock does not have news, but it does have something interesting. It has a short float of over 500%. That means there is a high likelihood that we do see a short squeeze on this play. Basically, what this is saying is there is a huge amount of people shorting PAVS right now. And guess what happens if the stock moves on up? Well, if the stock climbs, if the stock moves on up, that is when we could be able to see a big pop, big squeeze, big rip and run. On the largest scale we have ever seen was GameStop, where GameStop had like 1,000% short float. And guess what happened? The stock ran up to $500. This has 500% short float, which is a very large, short float percentage here. So again, would I say keep your eyes peeled on it? 100%. Would I say watch this play? 100%. PAVS does not have any sort of credible news, but is a stock that I think that a lot of traders are going to be focusing on. So right now here, team, yes, there's other things that we could definitely go over on Fox Runner, but let's just start with kind of like the top things. Number one top gainer, PAVS, no news, but does have a very high short float. RADX, we really don't need. ELAB is up about 37%. They did not win a military contract, but they now are allowed to gain military contracts. KPTI did reach endpoints. Definitely a very good press release. And UGRO right here is the stock that, again, a lot of traders are focusing on because it was yesterday's #1 top gainer. Does that make sense? So we want to make sure every single person is understanding of this. We want to make sure every single person is aware of what's happening. We want to make sure every single person is, again, making sure you guys are waking on up and saying, all right, hey, these are the best plays. So we do have ELAB right here, KPTI right here, YMT right here. These are the plays that, again, are having the most amount of gap ups at this moment. RADX is down here with the cheap primary endpoints, but really ELAB's the best one with a 42% gain and KPTI with only 23%. There is definitely more opportunity for these to spike and rip and run and go a little bit higher. Okay? So I want to make sure that we are all set. I want to make sure that we are all ready to rock and roll. We are seeing, again, a lot of good news. KPTI right now is trying to push on up a little bit, guys. So again, the majority of traders, keep your eyes peeled over on KPTI. This one is trying to rip and run as of right now. And again, what's so big about this is that if you guys take a look at keywords, 4-star words is endpoint. Endpoint, endpoints, primary endpoint. It's a very good keyword. So 4-star press release wave, that is something that brings in a lot of hype. That brings in a lot of action. So it's really up to you right now. On a normal play, I would probably always be shorting KPTI at around the price of $8.75, as you guys know. This is where I would usually short always. I'm a little bit more hesitant right now at this moment, and that's just because, again, KPTI does have the word endpoints behind it. Now, also, we do have, again, the 8 o'clock press release wave right now. The 8 o'clock press release starts on up in about 3 minutes. So get yourself prepared, get yourself ready. It's going to be an awesome day ahead. Cheers, everyone. Woo! You know what blows my mind? How hot coffee stays for like so long. So let's get ready to rock and roll. All right, here, traders. Right now, KPTI. All eyes over on this play. Very hot stock. Now, also, a little side note, traders. I have not done anything whatsoever. I just want to pop out everything. Short locate box, completely empty. Position box today, completely empty. Order box today, completely empty. Nothing that I'm in on at this time. Okay? Just want to be open, honest, credible, transparent. Nothing that I am in on at this moment. Staying smart, making sure, again, we're doing everything that we should. I do not trade options. I only, again, do shares. So again, I look to be able to buy stocks with hot news, or again, I look to short stocks after they go on spikes. Again, some top dogs. We got KPTI. We're keeping our eyes peeled on. We got UGRO. We are watching as well. UGRO is getting a little bit weaker. Guys, all eyes over on Fox Runner right now. We are about to get to the 8 a.m. press release wave. Guys, 8 a.m. is here. Let's see what happens. 8 a.m. is here. Let's see if we get anything big. Success. Agreement. HYPD. Approval. CLDI. If you guys see anything spiking, ripping, and running, feel free to throw it on out there. Partnership. Looking to see, again, where's that big one? Where's that first play? What's the stock that's going to take on off the most? We do have drones. BTM. Not too much there. ADGM. I'm kind of just looking around, seeing, again, where the hype is going to go. Drone stock. ZENA. Nope. Shareholders record. MOVE. We do have a special dividend. Kind of, again, looking to see what stock is going to steal the hype, what stock's going to steal the volume, what stock is going to steal the majority of the attention. I don't see anything taking off too big just yet. We do have V-Wave, a little bit of hype, I see. V-Wave, exclusive pathway to offshore energy blocks in Liberia. So again, V-Wave, maybe a little bit of hype. 30-cent moved, is up 8% at this time. Looking to see what is going to be that first nice 8 a.m. mover. Is there going to be one? We have V-Wave with a little bit of action right now. Kind of going through the list, making sure we're not missing anything. VGAS. VGAS had a quick little pop. Positive review. Right now, traders, we are not putting ourselves in any sort of bad position. Right now, again, staying smart, waiting, watching, staying alert in every single way. Obviously, I want to see something go nuts at 8 o'clock. That's the best. The best is where you do see that crazy spike, that crazy pop, that crazy ripper, that crazy runner. Right now, it seems like most of the attention is still focused over on KPTI right now. KPTI, as you guys can tell, we do have a very nice uptrend at this moment. Nice uptrend over on KPTI. Stock needs to be able to hold this uptrend. If it cracks this uptrend, that is where we're going from the bullish side to the bearish side. You can see, again, KPTI at this moment is, holding this uptrend. If it starts cracking this uptrend, that's where, again, some weakness is going to happen. How's VWAV doing? Quick little spike, then came right back on down. KPTI right now, again, I kind of want to still focus on the top dog. There's nothing I absolutely love just yet. Nothing I'm head over heels in love with. FEED. What do we got going on with FEED? Little heads on up. FEED has room to run up to 212. 212 is, again, the 50-day moving average. Little heads on up. So if you do start seeing FEED start getting up towards around that 212-ish mark, that is where you're going to start getting a little bit of hype and start getting a little bit of momentum. So just make sure that you guys are aware. Anything probably above like 190, that's where, again, some good shorting opportunities could be aware. You guys could be there on. So anything like above like 190 over on FEED, you guys might want to be looking at. And then on top of that, you got all the way up towards around like 212. 500 shares at a time. Maybe, again, start doing some limit orders, 500 shares at a time, guys. We could do the price of, what do we get up to? 189 so far, right? 500 shares, do the price of 190. Just kind of work your way on up. 500 shares, 191. Guys, I'm going to start getting filled right here over on FEED. Just a little heads up for you guys, all right? So let me bring over my position box. I am getting my first trade of the day over on FEED. I do know, taking a look at the daily chart, we are going to have some strong resistance up near around the price of around 212. I'm going to basically start getting a position in the 190s and go all the way up towards around 212. Okay? 500 shares. I'm even going to go above 212 just in case things kind of get a little chaotic and things get a little bit wild. Kind of load the boat up near around some tops. So right now here, traders, just a little heads on up. I have FEED, only 1,000 shares. This is a very small, entry. This is only, again, $1,800. So again, if anyone's wondering, hey, Deck, how are you making this money? This is only a $1,800 investment. So like 99% of people could do this with me. So let's see what we have here next. Seeing where, again, the momentum is going to take us. We know, again, 212 is going to be the next target. Staying alert, staying ready, watching every single move. We have PAVS still the number one top gainer. That's all. That's not from news. That's just from the potential short squeeze. We also have FEED, which is obviously trying to grind its way on up. And then on top of that, guys, we do have UGRO, which is yesterday's previous number one top gainer. I also, again, right now, I did get another little entry filled, another 500 shares. Now my cost base is around that 193-ish mark. As you guys know, I will, again, continue to add at around tops. That's what I always like to do. So just a little heads on up for anyone that needs a little bit of an understanding of my strategy, okay? Very kind of simple, easy breakdown. Is the majority of these small cap plays, the majority of them, are going to spike off hot news. They're going to spike up too hard, too fast, and they're going to come crashing right back on down. What I do a lot of times is I look at past chart history pattern. I might notice that there's an old spiking high, maybe again a few weeks ago. So when I see the stock again move itself on up, guess what I start doing? I start again placing entries right underneath that area, right at that area, and right above that area. And you know what I do? I try to either A, get filled and the stock falls and fades from there. I either B, again, stock runs on up and it falls and fades from there. The stock runs up a little bit higher and it falls and fades from there. But I always try to get filled on the best overall average to, of course, this old spiking high. That could be a little bit underneath, a little bit above, right at. But again, I always try to look at past chart history pattern on where we're going to reverse and then try to get an overall cost basis right around that reversal. So for instance, right now I have my first beginning small entries over on FEED. Why do I have that? Because I do think it's going to turn at the blue line, aka the 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average is around the price of $2.12. There's a chance we spike on up to $2, $2.05, it dumps. There's also a chance it goes up to $2.20, $2.30, then it dumps. But most likely, the top resistance area is going to be right around this again, like 50-day moving average. Okay? So, want to make sure every single person is set, ready to rock and roll over on that. Great little target would be back underneath 175. We fall underneath, again, 175, guys. We should be able to make some good money. We should be able to make some good cash. We should be able to make, a nice little starting profit. So anything sub 175, we could be able to make about $300+ on this trade. And that could be very nice. If it spikes on up to $2 plus, I really don't care. I'm just going to add more. If the stock again cracks on down another, let's say 8, 9, 10 cents, we're going to be able to lock in our profits, make about $300 off a rather small, investment. So right now here, traders, let's see if we get a little of that dump. Go into the 170s. No, again, this is more, I feel like, this is more of like a little warm-up trade for us. You know what I mean? This is more of like a little warm-up trade for us. We're going to see if this stock can be able to dump on down, crack on down towards the mid-170s, take a profit, and kick off our day in the green. Get ourselves on the right footnote. Get ourselves on the right path. Get ourselves on the right pace here. So right now, FEED, let's see if we can crack underneath that 180 mark, start seeing some 170s, take some profits, make again a little over $200, maybe up towards 300, put ourselves on a nice little, right now we're stretching out, we're doing some left-hand layups, right? That's all we're doing right now. Doing some left-hand layups, taking some profits, working on our game, getting our bodies nice and loose, making sure that we're all set for a big day ahead. 180 is support, little heads on up. You guys can see lower shadow bounce right there, lower shadow bounce right there. Up $155. Traders, just to be a smart trader, you might just want to take it just right now. Take your gains. you know, it's right around that 180 mark, or again, maybe take half your profits if you don't like, you know, holding for that 180 area. Every now and then you do go against the trade where it always has some sort of like super strong support line where it, you know, usually holds on up. But there you go, getting a little bit of that crack. Guys, there's again the nice little dump right there. Let's take our profits at this moment, coming on down, bada boom, and just made $275. So traders, we are out of that trade, just made $275. Shorted right at the top, was able to make some great money. So again, where did we get filled on this play? Let's talk about it, guys. We got filled at 190, 191, 196. The high of the day is 199. So again, we got in the 190s, got out at 174, 1,500 shares, just made $275. Just like that, we're making money. Just like that, we're making profit. Just like that, we're able to come out on top. So it's more about, again, just staying as smart as we can, locking in gains when we have them, realizing, again, that's a little bit of a pullback and going from there. Nice little start. Nice little start, guys. Traders, I know, again, I posted this yesterday, but I'll talk about it. Why not? Yesterday, my heart did hurt a little bit. Now, if you guys do not know why, it's because, again, StockTwits did come on out with their hashtag awards, and they said, go ahead and vote now. And vote now on Financial Creator of the Year. And guys, I am not an option on Financial Creator of the Year. I'm not an option. I'm not even a choice. I'm not even a choice that you could pick. Now, the thing that makes me a little upset is that these people aren't even on StockTwits. StockTwits, I have done a lot for that company. I have been able to live stream on Mondays. I've been able to, again, promote on them. I've been able to, again, you know, be able to post many alerts. No disrespect to any of these people. I have no idea who these people are. Never heard of them in my life. I'm sure they're great in whatever they do, but I know they're not doing what I'm doing. I know they're not, again, trading the way that I'm trading. I know, again, they're not putting themselves in front of a camera every single day, trading live and showing every single P&L. They're not doing that. So the thing is here, traders, you know, when I saw that yesterday, I was a little, again, pissed off. I was a little, you know, I'm not salty about it. I'm more, again, just saying, okay, let's lock the fuck in, baby. Okay, let's lock in, baby. It's game time. Let's get ready to go. Traders, we are seeing feed starting to squeeze. I am going to get myself back into feed as we start popping on up towards 212 and higher. Little heads up for every single person. If we start spiking up to 220 plus, and I accidentally already got filled 500 shares, I really didn't mean to get filled that 500 shares, but I am going to re-enter feed if this stock again can spike up towards 220 and higher, okay? So again, right now, traders, most of the attention is over on feed. Most of the hype, most of the eyes, most of the action over on this play is over on feed. I will enter 220 and higher, 220s, 230s, 240s. That's kind of where I'm seeing like the next overall target over on this play. Okay? We also do have positive over on HOTH. HOTH, guys, we might get a little bit of news. Does have positive activity data with cancer showing 77% association. Might have a quick little spike up towards that 120 mark. So just a little heads on up. HOTH did just come out with a quick little press release. There's a chance that this one spikes up to 120, 130 in a very quick fashion. Just be ready for that if, again, this one starts catching a little bit of fire and starts catching a little bit of hype and momentum. So HOTH. I want to see what this one is right here. HOTH, guys, again, might be able to get a little bit of hype and momentum behind it, especially if that breaks $1. So I just want to be ready for that. In case that thing starts breaking $1, there's just that chance that that stock goes on a little bit of that squeeze. What did HOTH get up to? 102? I would say, again, HOTH ever starts ripping on up, I always like to just put orders up high. Sometimes they don't even get filled. Most of the time they don't even get filled. But I'm just gonna put 132, 138, right? 141, 144, 149. I'm just going to put up like super high short orders if it ever got there. It might not, but if it does, I'm ready for it. What else do we have here? Feed is still again a hot play. I'm not getting filled on feed, as I said, until 220 and higher. 220 and higher, I'm going to load the boat over on feed. Okay? So again, 220 and higher is where I want to get filled over on feed. I do have 500 shares filled right at $2, just in case it falls back on down. Only 500 shares. I'm not adding anything more to that, but I will load the boat. Like, I'm talking about probably 3,000, 4,000 shares if we start going 220, 230, 240, like up towards those tops, okay? Cade, why not 212 and 220? Just because we have some strong momentum. So again, sometimes when we have strong momentum, stocks just go a little bit higher than we expect. The stock basically looked like it was about to dump and then start squeezing on up. Sometimes, again, that just leads to like even more breaks. When you have momentum, it's hard to just like hit the brakes on a play. When you have momentum, it's hard to slow down the train sometimes. So right now here, team, we are keeping our eyes peeled on absolutely everything. Staying alert, staying ready, staying smart, sitting back. We got feed on high watch and high alert. We also have HOTH just in case that one can start going on any sort of big rip and run. If you guys did not see the news, feed is right here over on Fox Runner. You guys can see there's a 2-star word over on feed, 43% gain. So you guys can see, again, feed is getting this momentum. Feed is getting this hype. Oh, yes. Come on. Oh, yes. Come on. Yes. Come on. Jamon Lee. Jamon Lee. Come on, Lee. Deck, what's the target today? Always $1,000. I want to see a nice little $1,000 gainer today. $1,000 is always the great gain. $1,000 is always a great target. $1,000 is always where we're searching for. So it's like, if we can just get a nice little $1,000 target, $1,000 gain, that's going to be absolutely awesome for us. Little side note here, guys. I'm currently down $5 over on feed. I am just going to get out of feed real quick just because I don't want to be in on that play right now at this moment. So again, feed, we will continue to keep our eyes peeled on this one. But right now, guys, I would rather wait for that 830 press release wave to kind of see what's our next main move. Right now, we're sitting back. We're staying smart. There's no reason for us to put ourselves in any sort of bad play. We are, again, just essentially waiting and watching. Seeing what we have. Seeing where that next move is going to be. UGRO still has potential. YMT, ELAB, ANA, KPTI. KPTI starting to fade a little bit right now. Guys, feed still has that chance to just randomly squeeze. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just that chance, okay? There's just that chance on feed that all of a sudden things start getting a little bit higher than we think. There's just that chance on feed that next thing you know, we're squeezing and we're spiking all the way on up towards, 240. It's just one of those plays that I'm just kind of keeping on my back burner in case feed does get that squeeze up towards that 240 area and we start going higher and higher and higher and higher. Let's just make sure that we're prepared for it, okay? Now, while we wait, let's go back over to Fox Runner here, team. Let's go over to the analyst alerts. If you guys need a little refresher, right now, what are the best stocks with news? Feed is number one. We do have wins a major Michigan health system and grows again hospital systems. Now, if you're saying to yourself, hey, Deck, you know what? Feed, this play doesn't have any keywords. Why is it spiking? Not every single play is going to, again, have a hot keyword, right? Some plays are saying, the easy ones are agreement, partnership, contract. Those are what usually leads to spiking. What was this? It says expands presence within a major Michigan health system and grows U.S. footprint. So it's expanding. If you want to, you can again say, you know what? I want to put the word expand. I like the word expand. Expand could be something that's good for me, right? So expand is highlighted already, But remember, what could you always do? You could always, again, turn this into a keyword, right? So if you guys are interested, go over to keywords, type in the word expand. If you really like this play, turn on voice alerts, give it an emoji that you like. Let's just say, expanding with this arrow going up. Turn it into whatever color coding system you have. Let's say purple here. And now watch what happens to the word expand right here. Now, whenever the word expand comes up again, boop, it will now again be growing. You guys can see, what do we have over on our play? Expand here. We also have, again, something right here, expanding. So that's highlighted in purple. So again, it's always good to kind of like see what words lead to stock spiking and then be able to add to them, right? Be able to add to them, be able to say, hey, let me give visuals. Let me again teach my mind what leads to stock spiking. Positive, navy, expanding. It's cool when you go over to your keyword list right here. And again, I see the word expands. That brings in a lot of hype, right? I can see the word contract or contracts. That brings in a lot of hype. Placement, phase. Take a look at all these hot news press releases. Phase, primary, endpoints on significant, right? These are, again, some good keywords right here. So again, keywords can definitely make your life easier on finding what is going to be the best spike, rip, and run in the future. You know what I mean, guys? Hey, if you guys have not just yet, make sure you guys smash that thumbs on up. Make sure you guys get yourself absolutely dialed up. Make sure you guys get yourself prepared for this absolutely awesome day that we are going to experience today. Now, let's head back over. Let's go to the very bottom of the analyst alerts here today, guys. And let's get ourselves prepared on this one. Let's make sure everyone is aware of what we have coming on up. It says 14% pullback is the average per year. What does that mean? A 14% pullback is the average per year. It says the S&P 500 is experiencing normal price movement. What do they mean? How? How is this normal price movement? Well, it says over the past 75 years, the S&P 500 has experienced an average intra-year drawdown of approximately 14%. At the current 7% drawdown, investors who find themselves excessively concerned may wish to reconsider whether equities are appropriate asset class for them. Downside volatility is simply the cost of admission for the superior long-term returns that the stocks have historically delivered. Woo! Foxrunner throwing some shade at people today, huh? So what do we have right here? Team, we have a 7% drawdown. Look what we have on average. On average, the S&P 500 has a 14% pullback. Now, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but what do we have right here? We could see every year the stock market does fall. Every year, the stock market does have a pullback. Sometimes it only pulls back 6%, sometimes it pulls back 20%, sometimes it pulls back 10%, but on average, it's around 14%. And then guess what we usually see? We see the markets move themselves back on up. We see again a hype. We see momentum. We see again green. We fall 14%, end up the year up 30%, up 8%, up 23%. You could see pullbacks are normal. So when everyone here is sitting over on the S&P 500 saying the stock market's over, the bubble has busted, the housing market's going to collapse, the robots are going to take over. Traders, it's okay to have a little bit of a normal pullback. I talk about this almost every single day. It's okay. When you didn't buy because you saw in 2018 that interest rates were going to collapse the market, you missed out. And when you didn't buy in COVID because you thought, again, the market was going to dump into nothing, you missed out. And when you didn't buy in 2022 because there was inflation, you missed out. And when you didn't buy in 2025 because of tariffs, you missed out. And when you're not buying right now, when we have again the US-Iran war, you missed out, right? So the thing is, it's okay. Everyone calm down. It'd be like, again, like imagine if Tiger Woods hit a shot and he didn't hit a green. Imagine if Steph Curry missed the free throw. Imagine if Tom Brady threw an interception. It happens. It's okay. They're still great players, So you got the facts right here, seeing that everything is absolutely, fine. Everything's right on schedule. Now, what else are we seeing? Look at this, guys. Trading volume is surging on the S&P 500. Investors are returning as FOMO is kicking in, fear of missing out. Trading volume on the S&P 500 surged to approximately $1.4 billion on Friday, $1.4 billion on Friday, representing the highest single day of totaling of 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, all of a sudden, we get one green day. We had the $1,000 day yesterday, 2 days ago, or 1,000 point day on the Dow. Everyone's coming flying back in the markets. Everyone is now saying, oh man, I got to jump in. I got to get myself back in this market. So we are seeing at this moment FOMO, fear of missing out at this time. We're seeing again people again saying either I want to get in, I want to get out, but again, volume is high. Volume equals activity, activity equals profit. What is this? Space stocks ranked by market cap. Right now, guys, space stocks are ranked by market cap. If anyone is really big in the space stock world, SATL, BKSY, Voyage, Redwire, Lunar, PL, ASTS, and again, SpaceX is going to be the biggest at $1.75 trillion. Absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy. Definitely make sure you guys are getting ready. SpaceX IPO is going to be so much fun. I can't wait until that happens. I want to have a party. I want to have like a big barbecue before SpaceX IPO comes out. I want to tailgate for it. We had YMT come out with some news early this morning. Again, UGRO was yesterday's Monday's top gainers. We also did have some new price targets from analysts. So guys, NBIS, Microsoft, Oracle, CoreWeave, these are all again new price target plays. Just a little heads on up for you guys. All right, so new price target plays. What else do we have here? This is something I have not researched, but I'm happy again they put this out here. I have not researched this yet. Has anyone researched photonics? I don't even know what it is. But they're saying photonics is a new sector to watch. Has anyone heard of this yet? So I am going to be here and be vulnerable and admit I have no idea what photonics are. But they are saying, let's take a look real quick. Key photonic stocks to watch at this moment. Let's just kind of type in a couple. LITE. Okay, I would say I agree. COHR. Okay, I agree. AAOI. Okay, I agree. AXTI. Okay, I agree. Guys, these are kind of crazy, eh? You're like, right now, IPGP. Like, what is going on with these photonic plays? These things are absolutely nuts. So LASR, $8 to $70. Has anyone done any research on photonics? I mean, I've heard the word and I really haven't researched as much as I could, but what is this? Capital is beginning to flow into the space, yet many companies remain undervalued related to their long-term growth potential compared to the more crowded trades. AI, data centers, and next-generation communications are all driving, sustaining, growing demand for photonics technology. This creates a structural tailwind that favors companies with strong fundamentals and different capabilities. So I gotta read into this because look at these plays, guys. Some of these plays are absolutely insane. Some of these plays are absolutely wild. So I'll do some research tonight on some photonic stocks. So right now here, team, we're all set. We're all caught up. All right, team, everyone, head back over. Make sure you guys are using the premium news tab. Make sure that we are all good, ready to go. Diving in on this one. We still watching feed, but let's see what we get at 8 a.m. Let's see again where the buying volume takes us. I want to make over $1,000 today, guys. $1,000 goal on the day. That's what we're looking for. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's find it. Hey, if you guys have not yet, smash that freaking thumbs up right now. I want everyone to just put your mouse right over that thumbs up, wherever you're watching. If that's on Twitter, if that's on Twitch, if that's on Kick, if that's on YouTube, and just sit right there, and then just hover it right there, and then just freaking start beating it down. Let's get ready to go. Nice, calm, cool collective, baby. Shawnee D, Chazzy, Mikey Bree. Let's get ready for a big day ahead. I'm ready to rock here, traders. Let's make some money. Traders, we got the 8:30 press release wave coming on up. The only play that I have orders set for is feed, if feed could ever spike above like that 230-ish mark. Notice again, we did hit 220, 220, 220, 220. I want to see like 230, 240, 250 for like my next entry over there. Right now, we are sitting fine. We do have a profit so far of $255 on feed on one trade. One trade, feed, that is it. Getting ready for the next press release wave. Let's get ready for 8:30. All eyes over on Fox Runner here, guys. We are going to be seeing some news come out momentarily. All right. 8:30 coming on up. Come on, baby. Come on. Give it to us. Here's 8:30. 8:30 is now here. News is going to be coming on out. Oh, boy. Agreement to acquire ECGI. When you again acquire another company, sometimes we spike. We do have agreement, ECCVV. Kind of looking for that big, strong green candle. APUS.
Placement.
SNOA.
Success.
SNOA, little bit of hype, guys. SNOA talks about announces U.S. retail launch. Right now, traders, we're still looking. AIDX. AIDX with a little bit of a pop. AIDX, again, 3-star press release, talks about exclusive U.S. license agreement. Did just get a little bit of a climb right there. 13 EMAs at the price of $326 over on AIDX in case that one starts squeezing. AIDX, guys, very big spread right now. Has room to run up towards 326, though, if that one does start spiking. Okay? Just be aware of AIDX agreement. Do you guys see anything big? Any big green candles that you guys have right now? I'm just going to put up 500 shares at a time. As you guys know, I like to put up very high orders. 500 shares up at the price of, again, 290. 290. 297. 301, 304, 314, 322, 328. Just a little heads on up, guys. Seems like AIDX is trying to get a little bit of hype. AIDX, guys, trying to get a little bit of momentum, trying to get a little bit of hype, trying to get a little bit of buying volume behind it. So again, just AIDX is creeping up the leaderboard right now. AIDX is one of those plays that, again, traders are focusing on. It is, right here, 227 did come on out with a press release talking about an agreement. Stock is currently up 13%. Does have strong 13 EMA at 326. So anything from 290 up to 326, 330, 340 is going to be a good shorting opportunity if that one does spike. Okay? We do have LASC right now. LASC, no. AIDX is kind of the one on my back burner right now. CVV, anything right here? No. QTI, we have all, we have Feed right here. That was the hottest one at 8 o'clock. Feed was the hottest one at 8 o'clock. We were looking to see if AIDX was going to spike and rip and run, maybe go on that nice pop and climb. AIDX again did pop on up, 12 whatever percent. Stock's trying to get a little bit of momentum behind it. I still like the short if that one can ever rip up near $3. If that play could ever rip up near around that $3 mark, we definitely would be ready for it just to get ready to kind of rock and roll. Right now here, traders, CVV. Got a little action over on CVV right now, team. Very small buying volume over on CVV. 384 up towards around 440. CVV did come out with a press release right here also talking about an agreement. Talks about definitive agreement. CVV trying to pop itself on up. We do have old spiking high right near around $5. So we do have CVV also still trying to grind, trying to move itself on up and trying to get a little bit of hype behind it. S&P 500 kind of moving a little sideways right now. I like how we have a lot of low float plays out there, right? We do have PAVS. PAVS does have the short squeeze behind it. Do not forget about that. PAVS does not have news, but it does have short squeeze potential. FEED now starting to fall on down. We were going to short that play 230 and higher. Not worth it anymore. UGRO was yesterday's #1 top gainer. UGRO is yesterday's #1 top gainer. Stock is now starting to fade and fall. ANNA, what is now setting itself up in a mid-candle breakout pattern. Traders, I do want you guys to be aware of this play. For anyone who does not know, ANNA, this is a perfect mid-candle breakout pattern setup. Let me explain to you guys exactly what I mean by this, okay? What is a mid-candle breakout pattern? A mid-candle breakout pattern is when you are going to have 3 days, okay? It's a 3-day pattern, not a 5-minute pattern, not a 10-minute pattern, not the same day pattern. It is going to take 3 days to develop. On day 1, you are going to have hot news, which is going to lead towards a top gaining play, okay? So you are going to have hot news that is going to lead towards a stock going on a very nice spike. Day 2 is going to represent that the stock went on such a big spike that there is now going to be selling and that there is now going to be shorting. So day 2 is where basically people say, hey, we went on a great run. People are going to start dumping this play on off and start leading towards a little weakness. Last but not least, hold on a second. Guys, SLXN just came out with a lot of news right here, it looks like. SLXN. Let's go ahead and turn some attention over to SLXN real quick. SLXN. SLXN. Look at all the emojis right there. What's going on right here? Receives approval from Israel Ministry for Health to initiate phase 2, phase 3 pancreatic cancer. So we do have, what is this? We do have significant milestone marks advancement in the clinical stage development, next stage therapy, treatment, delivery targets. Could that get a little bit of hype? Definitely over on SLXN. I would say, again, just be aware of this one over on SLXN right now. SLXN, guys, has a chance of maybe starting to squeeze a little bit. I'm actually thinking maybe go on the long side on SLXN if this one starts getting a little bit of hype. SLXN maybe trying to creep its way on up here just slightly. Watching to see if this is going to get like some buying volume. Let's see if, again, SLXN can maybe get some buying volume. Does have a lot of strong keywords behind it. Nothing there. Break of 150 over on SLXN. Let's just make sure that we're staying ready, okay? Let's see, SLXN. Is this one going to creep its way on up and start breaking 150, smash through 150 and start climbing? If SLXN starts breaking 150, we could run all the way up towards 176. And then if it breaks that, again, like it has room to run. So we're just kind of keeping that one on the back burner right now. Hey, let's keep going over ANNA right now, though. So traders, mid-candle breakout pattern. Get everyone back here. Day 1, we have news and top gainer. Day 2, we have strong selling and shorting. Now, day 3 is we do have a return of buyers. Now, what we usually see is that we had such a good press release on day 1 that now people are viewing this as a dip buy opportunity. And now buyers move in, shorters get squeezed, and the stock starts moving its way back on up. So it's going to be a 3-day pattern. Day 1, we have news and catalyst. This news and catalyst will bring in buying volume, bring in attention, and the stock is going to increase in price. Day 2 is going to be the stock is now overbought. People are going to lock in their gains and shorters are going to move in. Day 3 is going to be, well, now there's a great opportunity to get this stock at a cheaper price. Now we have dip buying opportunities and buyers return. Now, when buyers return, that is going to lead to shorters covering, which is going to help propel the stock move up even further. So when we take a look over on ANNA, what can you guys see that's happening over on this stock? Would you guys not agree that day one, we had a very nice spike. Now, I will also say, I do not know and I do not believe there was any sort of news over on ANNA. ANNA, the stock is again squeezing 13 EMA, 200-day moving average, getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And it looks like we have more of a squeeze breakout due to the pattern. Day two, we do have a pullback. And now day three, buyers saw this as, hey, let's get that nice little $5 bounce play and start moving our way back up towards around 690. So again, ANNA, this is again one of those perfect little go-to mid-candle breakout patterns that there is just a lot of great potential behind it, where we can get that nice squeeze, where we can get that nice opportunity, where we can get, a lot of traders trying to lead towards, spiking, ripping, and running. So I kind of want to make this a little bit like, if I can edit and paint here. Hold on a second. I want to see what I can do at this time. See if I can make this a little bit better. Kind of draw it out. Make sure, I like drawing out sometimes these images to kind of give every single person like a clear-cut understanding of the right way to be able to trade. So as we know here, guys, we do have our day one, right? Day one, boom, buying volume, moving on in. That's the hype, that's the momentum, that's the action. Then we do have, of course, day two. Day two is going to be, again, the reversal, the pullback. Day two is going to be a chance for us to be able to truly make money. Let me again try to get this red right here. And now what we're going to be looking for is that day three, bring in the buying volume, start pushing the play back on up. Okay. And now we got day three. So right here, traders, this is essentially what we have going on. Making sure everyone understands the setup, understanding the idea of what we have. Awesome. Cool. So let me just kind of share this with you guys. I just want to make your life easy and making sure that every single person has a clear-cut understanding of what we have happening. So ANNA, this is my go-to breakout chart pattern. So this is what I personally call a mid-candle breakout setup. All right here, traders. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely awesome. Great job. Great work. And obviously, I just want to make sure you guys are all learning the right way. I mean, guys, there are so many breakout chart setups that you guys need to know. There are so many, again, breakout, setups and so many different ways that you guys can be able to trade the market. So I do want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to get after it. These are all things that every single person should be able to know and every single person should be aware of. Little heads on up, guys. We are getting some news right now at 8:45 a.m. 8:45 a.m. Eastern time. Buyers are starting to come on in. And what is that press release right there? Maybe PPCB, maybe ELEK. Let's see if that gets any sort of hyper volume. Let's see here. PPCB cancer collaboration. That's only a 13-cent play. Not really my favorite. 13-cent play, not really my favorite stock at this time. The only play, again, that I've traded so far is, again, $255. I made $255 over on Feed. So Feed, I was, again, watching this play, seeing if this stock was going to get any sort of momentum, was going to get any sort of ripping and running. CVV, quick little spike on up towards around 486, then the reversal back on down. I did have shares, set ready to go if AIDX was able to short, spike on up, but AIDX isn't doing anything. And then I was also looking for shares to short over on Feed if Feed could ever spike on up towards around 240. But right now, Feed, I really don't care about it. So I really don't care about either of those right now. SLXN, don't really care about that one. PPCB right now. Also, again, keep it on watch if you guys are into the very small little penny plays. If you guys are into the very small little penny stocks, you guys can keep your eyes peeled over on that one. So we're going to stay alert and stay ready. Traders, I will say, coming up in the near future, I am going to be hosting a boot camp. Probably about a 2 to 3 day course. Now, I'm going to say this, right now. It will have a fee behind it. Now, the reason why I'm going to have a fee behind it is not only am I going to tell you absolutely everything about different chart setups, entries, exits, everything, strategy, giving you everything. But it's also, again, when there is a fee behind it, you guys take it a whole lot more serious. There is a psychological aspect behind the fact of when you pay for something, you are going to sit there and you are going to give your 110%. Because why? Because you want to gain all the value that you possibly can out of it. I try to give away as much as I possibly can for free. As much as I possibly can for free. But I really want to do, again, 2 days for the people that really want to take their trading to the next level. 2 days to the people that are extremely serious about their trading. 2 days to the people that are saying to themselves, hey, you know what? I love how Deck is live. I love how he teaches us every day. I love how he shows us all his trades and everything. But I do want to take 2 days to just go over fundamentals, strategies, every breakout chart setup, indicators, being able to learn level 2 reading, shorting, absolutely everything from start to finish. So I will keep you guys updated on when I'm going to be doing that. I will again go over again and make sure everyone is fully aware if you are interested in that camp. But again, I do want to put together about a 2-day camp for the people that are serious about their stock trading. Now again, if you're someone who just watches and enjoys the show every day, that's fine, that's amazing. Continue to again be able to enjoy it and watch it, and I love that. But if you're someone who actually wants to become a full-time stock trader, we are going to be having a 2-day camp coming on up. And I want to make sure that every single person is aware and is ready for everyone who wants to take, their trading to the next level. I know so many people watch me every day and they say, I don't understand how he does that. I don't understand how he does, trades like this, how he sees that, how he knows where reversals are at, where he knows where resistance is at, how to read a chart, how to read a level 2, how to read the news, how to read this. We are going to go over everything together. So make sure you guys are all good. But I will keep you guys updated on everything coming up in the future on that. Right now, FEED kind of looks like the best play with the most potential. Do you guys think FEED could still go on that squeeze? I do. I still like the possibility of a short over on FEED if this play can be able to FEED, I'd like the possibility of this play. If this play could be able to get up towards 230, 240, 250, that's where, again, you get that big-time sell-off. That's where you get those big-time drops. That's where you get that weakness. $8.49 in the market, right here and right now. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. I want to make some money though. Right now, again, we're sitting like we're peasants. I want to see a little bit of hype. I want to see a little bit of action. I want to see what play is going to start spiking its way back on up. So guys, here comes that little feed squeeze. Here comes that little feed pop, as we talked about. So I would say, again, 240s. Go after shorts. 250s. 260s. You know, if this thing can actually squeeze, like actually get a real squeeze. 230s, 240s, 250s, 260s. I'm going to look for a good short on this play. Okay? So let's see how high this one is going to try to get itself up to. Let's see if this one can kind of break out of like, you know, that 230 area and start going from there. But yes, I would say the majority of action, the majority of traders are focused over on FEED right now. I would say the majority of attention is focused over on FEED right at this moment. It's going to be a big day ahead for every single person that is watching. Tom V, deck, I'm coming up with a feed on a float of under 1 million. I mean, feed right here says it's 1.09 million over on Trade Ideas. Feed over on Fox Runner has 1.08 million. So you can see feed over on Trade Ideas is 1.09. Feed over on Fox Runner is 1.08. So anywhere right around 1 million. Again, it doesn't really matter. Some people are like, Deck, you know, my scanner says 1.1 million. This one says 1 million. It doesn't matter. Everything kind of sub 5 million is all the same. If it's 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, it's all in the same category. The only difference would be if one says 2 million and the other one says 35 million. That's a big difference. If one says less than 1 million and the other one says 100 million, that's a big difference. But kind of if it's within 5 million of float, it doesn't really change the way we play it or you come up with it. So right now here, trade feed got up to 227 right now at this moment. Are you coming out with 21% short? I don't know what you mean. I'll tell you right now, I don't do any sort of like short float percentage stuff. So I really can't give you a 100% correct answer. I usually don't do that or look into that too much. So I really cannot give you an answer on that, as I don't really do that. Right now, feed, we are still looking at this one. Traders, all right, it's 8:53 in the market. We will continue to watch feed, but let's go over absolutely everything, okay? Until the 9 a.m. press release wave comes on out. So right now at this moment here, team, what do we need to look at? What do we need to focus on? First things first is let's just make sure that we understand all the best plays so far today. We clearly know that the hottest top gainer in the stock market is feed. Feed right here is up 51% on the day. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing. It does have a good, credible, strong press release. This is what we like when we take a look over on feed. Now, ELAB is the number 2 play, but again, ELAB is only up 16%. I know it seems like there's a lot of things we got to be aware of today, but at the end of the day, it is just feed is the clear-cut winner at this moment. Feed is a 51% gain. Everything else that came out with news today, if that is, again, whatever stock that you guys are looking at, if that's ELAB or YMT or CVV or a VWAV or I mean, feed's the only one that's actually holding 51% gain, right? If we take a look at all the other kind of big spikers today, PAVS doesn't have any news but it does have a high short float, which is leaning towards a high short squeeze. Feed is again a stock, of course, that we are watching this morning because it does have a great credible press release. UGRO is yesterday's #1 top gainer. ANNA is 2 days ago top gainer. And then ELAB has news. So team, if you want to make your life as extremely as easy as possible, let's just basically do this right now. Let's just go over to Paint, and I'm just going to do this for every single person. What we do have right here is, let's make this like that bright green color. Because again, that bright green color really pops, against black. So what do we have right here? PAVS. Let me kind of filter it in, the right way. Let me kind of just make this, boom. So PAVS, no news, right? But we do know this stock has what? This stock has a, short squeeze from 500% short float. So we do know, again, this stock has no news, but it does have that like short squeeze potential from that float. Let me make this a little bit smaller here. I'm just trying to make your life easy. I'm trying to make sure everyone understands, again, what we have going on with these plays and making sure everyone is all set, ready to kind of be dialed in. So again, that's great. Then we do have, again, Feed right here. Feed does have that good credible press release behind it. Feed is a stock that, again, a lot of traders are focusing on looking at. This, again, signs a deal with major Michigan health system. So again, this one is the #1 top gainer, #1 best news today, where again, signs a major deal. So again, there's that one right there. Then UGRO was again the #1 top gainer of yesterday. So as we can see, it is still hot. So you guys can keep your eyes peeled right here. This is the previous #1 top gainer of yesterday. That one's still hot. And then we do have Anna, which is the #1 top gainer from Friday, right? And that's the mid-candle breakout pattern. So that one still has that potential as well, right? So that one is still trying to get some hype and still trying to get some momentum. And let's just say MCB, right? MCB pattern. So that fits right there. And then we do have, again, ELAB, which did have some news as well that we can kind of just keep on the back burner. And ELAB right here talks about secures ITIR registration. Saying, again, does have news behind it. News that talks about securing ITAR registration. Registration. I'm going to spell this one on out here. And I still didn't spell it right. Registration. There we go. So basically, now our life is a little bit easier. That's like an easy thing that you guys can do right here to kind of just see, all right, hey, like this makes sense. No news, does have a short squeeze. Feed, best press release. UGRO, previous top gainer from yesterday. Anna, previous top gainer from Friday. ELAB, securing ITAR registration. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, again, we can go into today just feeling good. Now we can just go into today saying, hey, these are the best plays. So here is your watch list today. Every stock here has credibility in one way or another. So let me just kind of post these plays right here to make sure every single person is all set, ready to rock and roll. PAVS, FEED, UGRO, ANNA, and ELAB. So I'm just posting that now over on my social medias so that you guys have those and you guys are all ready to rock and roll, become a better trader, be able to grow, be able to, again, be able to say, all right, hey, I get it. I got you. Good, ready to rock, ready to make that money. So we're still watching feed to see if that can go on any sort of spike. We also do have the 9 a.m. press release wave, guys, coming out in about 30 seconds. So in about 30 seconds, we do have the 9 a.m. press release for every single trader. making sure that you guys are all good to go. Guys, right now, again, feed little drop. Come on. 9 a.m. is now here. Everyone watch Fox Runner, watch the scanner. Let's see if we get anything, any sort of big hype momentum coming through again over at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Waiting for any sort of buying volume, any sort of hype, any sort of big spiker right at 9 a.m. Right now, I'm not seeing anything just yet. Guys, no 9 a.m. news right now, huh? Let me refresh it just to make sure. Nope. No 9 a.m. news just yet that I have. So there might not be any low float 9 a.m. news that we want or need to be aware of, or that we need to be, again, looking at right here. We will continue to keep our eyes peeled, but right now here, traders, we basically have everything that we need. You know, if that's, again, top dogs, top gainers, top plays that, again, we need to focus on and we want to be looking at, we want to be watching. Let's see here. What stock is the best right now? Is ANNA still trying to have a chance to be able to keep on spiking? Feed trying to still hold itself on up. We just want to find something that's near a high or, again, is spiking back up near high so that we can go ahead and maybe look for shorts. Even like UGRO right here. You know, like UGRO here, traders. This could be a play that could be able to make us some money right at the bell. You know, UGRO is inside this little chart setup right now. You know, this little chart setup at this moment. What else do we have here? Oil keeps spiking. So, you know, that's been one of the things that kind of has slowed down the microcap world. What has slowed down the microcap world is just the pure fact that we do not have, you know, a lot of confidence in this current market. So the S&P 500 right now, the S&P 500 is fading and falling as oil, USO, is still moving itself on up. And as oil is moving itself on up, the S&P 500 falls. And as the S&P 500 falls, we see a lack of confidence in the market. We see traders again sitting back. We see traders again being nervous. We see traders being scared. Oh, can I trade this? Should I trade this? Is there a play that I should be putting myself involved in at this moment? Right, it's like, you know, we want to stay as smart as we possibly can, not put ourselves in positions that are only going to hurt us. So PAVS, fine. FEED, UGRO, ANNA, AIB, All right, team. We're just going to give it a little bit of time. Let's see what else is going on over on CNBC here today. What do we got going on here, traders? It says Moody cuts ratings on private credit fund by KKR and Future Standpoint. Oil rises with Brent climbing back above $100 as optimism fades over Iran war de-escalation. Gap says it will launch checkout within Google's Gemini. Apollo returns just 45% withdrawal. Nothing too crazy. What is this? Amazon's Zuex to debut robo-taxis in Austin, Miami later this year as it awaits paid ride approval. Amazon Zuex is preparing for a launch to its robo-taxis in Austin and Miami later this year. It marks the latest expansion for the self-driving company. So Amazon, guys, getting into the self-driving world. Who here wants to sit in one of these? Who here wants to sit in this play right here? Basically, it looks like, you know, you kind of just type in where you want to go. You sit on one side, someone sits on the other side. It takes you where you want. It's kind of like a car train. Kind of looks like a train booth, but again, like a car version. You know what I mean? Right now, team, there is no reason for us to put ourselves on any sort of play. There's no reason for us to hurt ourselves in any sort of way. We don't need anything whatsoever right now. It is more just about sitting back, kind of waiting for that next big spike. We have the top gainers right now. We know Feed, we know ELAB, we know YMT, we know PAVS, FEED, UGRO. Like we are having everything we need given to us. Everything we need is straight in front of us. Everything that we have is right here. So there's nothing else that we can do, you know, other than have these hot opportunities, be able to make us some money and be able to make us some cash here, right? That's it. Like, I want to make $1,000 today. But the best way to do that is going to be, hey, what stock is going to spike? Let's find the stock with the best overall volume, the best overall activity, the best overall action. Little heads on up here, traders. I always talk about this, but what is the go-to setup? Traders, every single day, the best way to be able to, again, get yourself prepared. It's not even only the best way to get prepared, it's the best way to trade. The best way to trade is, number one, get all the news right here. Once you have all the news sent to you, you will find all the hottest stocks. The hottest plays, the hottest rips, the hottest runs. After you find the hottest plays, you then chart them. You chart them, you figure out where is there going to be reversals, where are there going to be spikings, where is there going to be climbing, and then you execute on them. Over on, again, by watching the level 2, by having Cobra. So traders, for anyone who does not know, all of my charting is right here. My charting is used over on Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is how I chart. Right now, again, you guys can go get Trade Ideas for 25% off. So if you guys are not, using Trade Ideas, stop what you're doing right now. Sign up to Trade Ideas. Get yourself 25% off with code word DECMAR25, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. Now, again, Trade Ideas is the most important scanner for charting. You guys get everything that you guys need, and it literally shows me where reversals are going to be at. Now, if you are someone who wants to just get the answers given to you, that is, again, over on FoxRunner. FoxRunner, there is a mobile app. It's a desktop version as well. This is how, again, I get all the news sent to me every single day. If you guys have not yet, head on over, and I'm pretty sure everyone already uses FoxRunner, but if you guys do not, you guys can get yourself a free 30-day pass. Type in the code word FOXY for 30% off your first payment as well. And you guys will be all set, ready to go. The best would be, again, using the annual membership for the 30% off, not the monthly, because you'll be able to save 30% on the entire year. So make sure, again, you guys go get that so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. That's one of my favorite scanners in the world. And then last but not least, guys, my broker that allows me to short these plays. My broker that, again, allows me to jump in on stocks during pre-market, that allows me to short every single stock. Cobra is absolutely fantastic. So Cobra, you guys know that this is my broker. They are absolutely amazing in every single way. I don't think I've ever even had an issue with them. You can call them at any time. They're always, again, there to be able to help us on out and anything that we need. Cobra is great. If you guys do not use Cobra, here is a link so that you guys can sign up and you guys will get everything that you guys want for free. Free commissions, then 50% off commissions for life. Then you guys will get free FoxRunner. Then you'll get access to their Prime. Then you guys get free DOS Trader scanners. You guys get everything you need if you guys want to sign up over to Cobra. So again, basically, I only say you need 3 things to be successful. You need FoxRunner to find the hot news. You need Trade Ideas to chart the hot news. And then you need, again, a Cobra to short the hot news. Or again, you could buy it. You could buy the stocks, buy the rips, buy the plays. I just personally like to short plays, as you guys know, right? That's what I like to do. So it really comes on down to you. Hey, Deck, I don't like shorting plays. Do I still want FoxRunner or Trade Ideas or, again, Cobra? Yes, right? If you want to buy the news right when it comes on out, it's very simple. Team, just take a look at this. Okay, watching the news scanner, There's Feed. Feed's the #1 top gainer. The moment it comes on out, guess what happened? Feeds explodes all the way on up and it's the #1 top gainer at this moment. So again, even if you don't, let's say, short, you still get news the moment it comes on out. Just go ahead and buy it. Then again, feed. You guys can keep your eyes peeled over here, seeing if the stock is going to be able to stay hot and alert, and you can do your charting, see the 50-day moving average, then execute and pre-market over on Cobra. So again, trade ideas, Cobra, Fox Runner, trade ideas, Cobra, Fox Runner. Whatever you guys want to do, that is the perfect formula right there. Okay? Now, I am still waiting for feed to possibly pop itself on up. I want to see if feed is going to spike and rip and run and pop and climb and move and jump and get that move up towards like 240, 250. That's what I want to see. So right here, team, we are again staying alert, not putting ourselves in any sort of bad positions at all. There's no reason for us to force. ASNS, the little small ADIL. Guys, GEMI. Let's see what we get. $1,000 today, guys. I don't want to leave this stream until I make $1,000 today. I don't want to leave this stream until I make $1,000. Now, again, that's going to be a little bit of a tough task on today because I don't see as much volume. But I do not want to leave this stream until, again, we have that. Come on, baby. Let's get ourselves excited. Let's do it, Cheese. Let's do it. All right, traders. Right now at this moment, 9:13 a.m. SPY right now starting to drop back on down. Little heads on up. I want to kind of show you guys this. I did send a email to my advisor, my financial advisor for retirement. Now, first things first, guys, is I always get a couple trolls whenever I say this. Every now and then, I will say, hey, guys, I talked to my financial advisor, for retirement. And people say, Deck, if you're so smart, if you're so good at stock trading, why do you have a financial advisor for your retirement? I mean, guys, do you hear what's going on here? This guy, again, he's talking about like he makes all this money, day trading stocks, and at the same time, he has a financial advisor. He can't be that good. So, guys, why does, again, Tom Brady have a trainer? Why does Tiger Woods have a swing coach? Why does LeBron James have, a shooting coach? Yes, LeBron James is better than a shooting coach. Tiger Woods can beat his swing coach in a game of golf. But again, you still do it because you want to know what you can get better at. So yes, I do have a financial advisor. You know why? Because I am not an expert in retirement. I am not an expert, of course, knowing what's the best way and the best funds to be able to get, for when I'm, 60 on what I'm going to need. So I do speak to my financial advisor a lot. Now, again, I do have funds on my with my financial advisor ready to go whenever we want to put them in. So I actually sent him an email last week that I said, please look for some new entries with some of the spare funds once the S&P 500 falls to 629 or lower. So I again sent that out to my financial advisor here, and I just want to be open, honest, credible, and transparent. I will be looking to get involved once again the S&P 500 starts coming back on down towards around this range. If the S&P 500 can start coming back on down towards around this range, sub 630, that's where I'm going to start re-entering or DCAing, dollar cost averaging over into positions. Okay? So I am not adding anything right now. What I am going to be adding, though, is going to be if we do start falling back on down even more. Now, team, little heads on up. If you guys take a look over on the S&P 500, the S&P 500 at this time is currently down 4%. If we fall on down another, I would say 2-3%, that is actually, again, right now we are down about 7% from, again, record highs. So, down 7% from record highs, 4% on the year. Once we fall on down towards around 10%, that's going to be correction territory. And we usually see a very big bounce right around correction territory. Now, if we fall back on down towards around the 630s to the 620s, that's going to be nearing that 10% area. And that's where I believe, again, a great dip buy and bounce play is going to be at. Okay? So, S&P 500, larger investments, ETFs, singular stocks, blue chips, Mag 7. Watch the S&P 500 to fall again 629, 630, 625, 620. That's where I am going to start re-entering for some more long-term investments for the future. Does that make sense, everyone? So I do want to make sure that you guys are all good, ready to rock, and again, just kind of aware of what I'm going to be doing coming on up here in the future. All right? So great job, great work. SPY going to be something I want to be looking at. Traders, there is, again, kind of more of this little fun fact real quick. Also, a little heads on up. ASNS trying to spike its way. It has the word acquire right there. But there is over here, guys. This was earlier this morning. I did talk about this a little bit. Let me kind of scroll back on up towards this. Let me find this here. Oh, it was a little bit lower. This right here, traders. This right here, I'm intrigued at this moment. I want to start doing some research on this. It says photonics is the new sector to watch. I don't know what photonics is. Photonics apparently is light imaging. Now, why could light imaging be so big? Does this just have to do with self-driving vehicles? Is that the reason, or am I missing something? Is there something else that maybe lighting, imaging, it maybe for AI? Maybe like, I know like the metaverse, maybe for autonomous. I don't know. So I'm going to make the assumption. I have not done any research yet, but I'm going to make the assumption that photonics is used for self-driving vehicles. But it's saying capital is beginning to flow into the space of photonics, yet many companies remain undervalued. Have you guys checked out these photonic companies yet? Traders, this is kind of crazy here. You guys ready for these photonic plays? Switch on over to about a weekly chart, okay? So you guys can see the whole thing. Start typing in some of these stocks. LITE. LITE has gone from $59 to $700. COHR. COHR has now gone from $90 to $253. AAOI. AOI has just gone from $50 up to $100. AXTI. AXTI has now gone from the price of $9 all the way up to $64. LASR. LASR has now gone from $12 to $68. LWLG. Guys, I'm just kind of going down the list here. $4 up to $8. Look what we have here. We have all these like photonic plays that I got to do more research on these tonight. But again, I just saw this morning over on Fox Runner, basically saying, hey, we have this very nice list of this new emerging type of, this new emerging market of photonics. And all of these stocks are like crazy millionaire makers. So I do want to make sure that you guys are just aware of this. Go over to Fox Runner again, go to the analyst alerts, and you guys will have this entire list right here so that you guys are just all set, ready to rock. Okay? So something, again, I want everyone to just be aware of so that you guys are all ready to rock, all right? Little heads on up. Feed is trying to squeeze. Feed is trying to squeeze. Feed is the #1 best play of the day. Feed is the stock that the majority of traders are, again, kind of getting themselves on top of. So right now here, traders, we are doing everything we need to do. Staying smart. Being cool, calm, collective. Right now, traders, we are watching Feed for that little spike right at the bell. Seeing if Feed is going to kind of get that, next leg. Right now, Feed got up towards around 230. That's going to be the one we're going to be looking at, at the bell here today. Little sign up. Where's Bitcoin at, guys? Where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin, 70,000. Bitcoin just sitting right at that 70,000 area. Bitcoin kind of just sitting back. We're watching to see if that one's going to be able to go on any sort of big squeeze, rip and run, pop, climb, jump. So right now, again, still watching over on Bitcoin. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you guys are watching right now at this moment, do you guys mind if you guys just take a second and please just smash the fucking thumbs up? Hit the thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that retweet button right now. Share this button. Let's go! Traders, I got $700 I got to make today. I want to make, again, $700. I want to get myself after it. I want to be able to make as much money as we possibly can. Now, a lot of people, again, I say this here, traders. I kind of want to just be open, honest, credible, transparent as I am. A lot of people, right? A lot of people at this moment, what do? They always ask me, they say, hey, Deck, I know you're saying you made $15,000 in January. You made $14,000 in February. Right now, you're up like, what, $2,000 in March. But, how much, are you trading with? The thing that I want you guys to understand, the thing that I want you guys to realize is I started this year with only $26,000. So what does an average investor look for? An average investor looks for around a 10 to 20% a year. 10 to 20% a year. Ladies and gentlemen, I have already made a 100% return on my account. So I don't have a $500,000 account at this time. I started 2026 just over the PDT rule with $26,000. And right now at this moment, I have a little over $50,000 in my account. So in the last 2.5, nearly 3 months now, we have already made over a 100% return on our investment, which is, again, pretty amazing. So it's like, if I wanted to, and I'm not doing this obviously, but if I wanted to, I could walk away right now and not trade for the rest of the year to just make my stat sounds really good. Now, obviously, I will trade for the rest of the year, but you know how people always say, you always hear, oh, if someone could beat the S&P 500. You hear this a lot. Sometimes I'll be on the social media and people will be like, if you could beat the S&P 500, you'd be a billionaire. If you could beat the S&P 500, you'd be, again, the world's best investor. Guys, the S&P 500 is down 4% on the year. I'm up 100% on the year. So the thing that I want you guys to understand is, yes, a lot of people beat the S&P 500. I don't know why that's a saying. Oh, again, no one can beat the S&P 500. Guys, tons of people can beat the S&P 500. I'm up over 100% of the year. If I stop right now and just come back in 2027, I beat the S&P 500. So, like, you know, that's what you guys, you know, want to be able to understand. And I'm happy about that accomplishment, being up over 100% so far on this year. But you know what? We got to keep it going, and we can't lose it. And we can't, again, just throw our money away. We got to make sure we're staying smart.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
Right now, we are still watching feed for that pop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to get filled on feed in the 240s, 250s, 260s. I think feed can pop. I do think feed can climb, but I want to wait until it gets on up more towards around that 250-ish mark. See if it's going to get a quick little spike and then dump it right back on down, you know? Let's get ready for an awesome day ahead. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm new. Welcome, Kevin. Kevin, welcome. Again, for some reason or another, you were scrolling. You were, again, walking through the deep, dark corners of the internet, and you stumbled across this live stream. This live stream that's about to absolutely change your life. This live stream that's going to make your day better. This live stream where you are going to say, oh my goodness, I just found, again, my calling. So wherever you are, wherever you came from, wherever, again, whatever site you were on, and all of a sudden you were lucky enough to be able to come across a link to bring you to this stream. Welcome. Welcome, Kevin. Everyone, let's give a nice little round of applause for Kevin for stumbling across the internet and finding this absolutely gorgeous stream that he has now entered. We love you, Kevin. One of us. One. Okay. Guys, let's get ready to go. We got 3 minutes until this market opens on up, and we are looking for some new trades. We're looking for some new hype, and we're looking for some new action. PAVS does have a large short float starting to fade and fall. Feed is the one that has the best chance to squeeze and spike. Ooh, guys, RBNE. Guys, RBNE right here. Trying to get a little bit of that momentum. RBNE, 13 EMAs at the price of 178. RBNE, this one started spiking right around 920. Is that something fresh and new real quick? Over on RBNE? Yeah, RBNE, guys. Take a look right here. RBNE came out at 920 over on Fox Runner. 920, 2-star press release. It says that it's insiders are going to purchase up to 1 million shares. So you guys can see right here, RBNE purchase up to 1 million shares over on this play. And that's why that play has, you know, some nice momentum. That's why that play has some nice hype. That's why that one has some nice, you know, buying volume. Again, I would have been in on it, probably made anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 if it wasn't for Kevin distracting us so much. So, you know, to be honest with you guys, I don't ever like saying it, but, like, you know, to be frank with you, I probably would be up, you know, anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 today if Kevin wasn't so damn distracting. Right now, RBNE, this is the play that definitely has a little hype right at the bell as well. We're really going to just kind of watch and wait to kind of see again where that momentum is going to take us next. I just want to see where momentum is going to go to at the bell, and then we can start kind of figuring out plays. So RBNE here. RBNE here does have strong resistance around 177. We got RBNE we're watching. Insiders are purchasing 1 million shares. That's not too bad. Also, again, we can see the analyst alerts right here. RBNE commences self-tender offer of 1 million shares. Commences self-tender offer up to a 1 million shares. And you guys can, again, continue to keep your eyes peeled over on this one. Deck, do you still have your orders for feed? Yes, I do, but my orders are going to be 240 up to 250. So again, 240s, 250, 260s, that's where I want feed. So I will short feed in the 240s, 250s, 260s. Little heads up for you. All right, traders, we are all good. Getting ready for a big day ahead. Getting ready to see where the buying volume is going to take us. We are watching RBNE. We are watching feed. Let's just see where the hype goes. Once hype starts taking on off, we can start getting ourselves involved in some plays. RBNE is up 39% at this moment. If RBNE does spike, I would say, again, this one is going to try to get up towards, I would say, maybe like, 210, 215 if this one does take on off. All right, guys, market is now live. Let's see what happens. Can feed again start ripping and running? Feed got up to 239 real quick. Guys, feed trying to get a little bit of hype and buying volume. Again, I want to try to get in around the 250 mark. Right under 250, right above 250, 260s. Like, that's kind of more where I'm surrounding. So I'm not entering just yet, as you guys know. I do think feed is a very hot, active play. Little heads on up. We also have ANNA. Just a heads up for every single person. Look at, again, ANNA. NNAA does have very big green candle on Friday. Yesterday, we had our pullback, and now buyers are trying to move back on in. For anyone who does not know, I did, again, post this earlier. ANNA. This is my go-to breakout chart setup. This is what I call a mid-candle breakout pattern. Buyers move in because we have, of course, hot news or a chart setup. We had a very nice chart squeeze. Day 2, sellers move in because the stock has already spiked so much. And now day 3, buyers see this more as a dip buy opportunity, and it squeezes out shorts. So you have a mid-candle breakout setup. Day 1, day 2, and now day 3. So again, ANNA does have room to spike and rip and run back on up towards probably right around that 770 mark, 775 area. So just little heads on up for you. ANNA might try to start ripping and running up towards old spiking highs. How much are shorts over on ANNA? Let's just make sure that we are aware of this if we want to get ourselves involved over on this play. Let's go to locate lowest. All right, let's see what we can do over on ANNA as well. Old spiking high is right around 780. I always like looking for some possibility of some shorts, maybe up in the 770s. Also, UGRO, guys. UGRO is a previous top gainer. 770. 250 shares, guys. Going to start shorting over there. 774. 250 shares. 779. 250 shares. 790, 250 shares. If we start getting ourselves up towards ANNA up in the 770s, I will again look for some possible shorts and start getting myself involved over on that play. So I am putting orders. I have orders in on ANNA right now. I have orders in over on FEED right now. UGRO just tried to get a little bit of hype. UGRO tried to get a little bit of momentum right there. UGRO here, traders, let's just understand this here. If you guys go back over to a 5-minute time frame, look what we have. We basically have a 5-minute time frame where UGRO is just spiking on up, getting rejected hard. Spiking on up, getting rejected hard. Spiking on up, getting rejected hard. Spiking on up towards around 860, then just got rejected hard. Basically, if you can get a short order up near around 840 or higher, the stock does have a lot of opportunity to feed and fall all the way back down towards around 750. So you are having like your fair share of little spikes, rips, and runs, and then it kind of just drops right back on down. So again, UGRO, if you want to look for a short over there, that's not a bad option as well to just see like what can we get filled on. UGRO, 3,000 shares. Again, I'm just looking for UGRO, 3,000 shares, locate lowest. Let's see again what the price is. That one's actually a little bit more expensive, $150. That's a little bit more expensive at this time. I really don't want that unless that one starts actually ripping and running. Little heads on up, guys. I would like to short UGRO at 840, 850 or higher. I would like to be able to short ANNA if that one could again spike its way back on up towards again 770. I would like to be able to short FEED to see if this one could be able to rip and run. I have short orders on these plays. As you guys know, again, I have live orders on ANNA. I have live orders on feed, but unless they spike up towards my resistance lines, I am not getting filled, right? So I have to again wait until we spike up towards resistance, and then we can get filled on these plays. Right now, we're still absolutely fine. Waiting to see which one is going to pop or have the best chance. I still think A has that potential to try to get a little bit of action behind it. So I think, again, if we are going to see a little pop, A is probably the best one with potential right now. I think A is going to pop. I do think I will be able to get filled over on A shorts. And again, where do I want to essentially get filled? I am going to be looking to get filled at, A, old spiking high areas. So it's kind of like, what's the main goal? Old spiking high areas right around 785 is going to be a great starting point. And if we start going up even higher, I mean, you guys can see A does have room to run. Maybe it could go all the way on up towards, 875. If, again, buying volume does keep on pushing. If the stock still continues to get some hype and momentum. But I would say starting on off, A, strong resistance at old spiking highs. 780s, that region. So just make sure you guys are ready for that over on A. Start small, slowly build yourself on up. I would be starting with 250 shares and kind of work my way on up right there. But that is a previous top gainer that definitely has potential behind it. And A, I do think it's going to spike on up towards around $8 plus coming up in the near future. So I'm going to have entries 779, 790, 795. We could throw again some entries as well in the 781 region, 789. Kind of, again, just going up here. And then we could go all the way up high. We could go up towards 850 in case this does squeeze. 855. Kind of bring up the cost basis, at a higher mark to kind of get that best overall average. Just in case we kind of get these pops. All right, traders. ANNA just came up towards 772. Can see it on the high of the day momentum scanner. So let's just make sure, guys. Here we go. We might be getting ourselves slowly filled now over on ANNA. So this is what we want. We want to slowly get filled now a position over on ANNA and start seeing and asking ourselves, okay, hey, can we start building a position on this play? Now, again, our first entry is right now. Now, our first entry, we're keeping it a little bit smaller. But what are we looking for? We are looking for a reversal at yesterday's old spiking high. So the old spiking high of yesterday was right around 790-ish. Now again, we come up towards around 790. We might get filled slightly underneath, right at, slightly above, and we're going to see if we reverse from here. There's a chance that ANNA just starts fading and falling from here. Now, if this one keeps on taking on off, if it keeps on spiking, if it keeps on, popping, we will load the boat higher, up near around that like 850, 875 area. But if we can, again, just slowly build some entries right now, and then again, we get a reversal, let's say back down towards 750, we could be able to make some good money. So right now here, traders, I am in on ANNA, 1,500 shares at the price of around 789. Okay? I want to see if that $8 area is going to hold up as resistance and start reversing this play back on down. We do know it's a mid-candle breakout pattern. We do know there's money to be made here, and we do know, again, there's an opportunity for us to be able to profit. So right now, I do have 1,500 shares in total on this play, watching to see, are we going to reverse at this moment, and again, start fading and falling and dropping. So 1,500 shares, ANNA, currently up about 5 cents on this play. Seeing if, again, the old spiking high area is going to lead towards, again, a strong pullback. Where would I want to be able to lock in profits? Probably sub 750. If this play can be able to fall back on down another 30 cents or so, we could be able to make $700, $800. That could be a great opportunity for us to be able to make some cash. So I'm just excited, to be honest, to trade. I'm just excited to be involved in a play right now. I'm excited to be able to see a little bit of hype and volume in action. I'm excited to be able to see some momentum. I'm excited to kind of get myself going on this day, So again, what is like one of my key points of my stock trading success? Looking at where reversals are going to happen. It's not that difficult to me to find, again, the best play of the day. With all the scanners we have, with Fox Runner, again, showing us all the best news. With Trade Ideas, again, giving us, top gainers. With, Cobra, again, giving us, a lot of information. It's not difficult to find the best play of the day. What is it more difficult to do nowadays? It's more difficult to be able to say, where is the stock going to reverse? And what I try to specialize in is where a stock's going to fade and fall. Where can I jump in and be able to make a profit? Where can I jump in and be able to see a reversal? Where can I jump in and then see red to be able to follow it? That's where I like to profit. So again, right now we're up $300, guys. Up $300 here. Let's see if ANNA can keep on reversing. So basically, again, that's what I'm always looking for. I'm always, again, trying to figure out what stock is hot, aka has enough volume. And then from there, once it has enough volume, where is the stock going to have an opportunity to reverse / fall / fade at, right? Right now, again, stock did just have a little bit of a pullback. Now, again, still trying to hold up its gains. So first trade in at this time. Yep, I'm using shares. I'm not doing contracts. I don't like options. I just, buy straight shares. So right now here, team, we are continue to keep our eyes peeled. We do know, again, $8 is going to be some strong resistance. Again, break of $8, this thing could run and rip all the way on up towards around like $8.50. To be frank with you, it still looks like it has a little bit of strength behind it. Stock still looks like it has a little strength behind it. Again, next area of reversals is going to be all the way up towards around that 850, 860, 870-ish mark. I am still in on my play right now, as you guys know. I, again, will look to be able to kind of load the boat, up towards around that 860, 870-ish mark over on ANNA. Stock still has that mid-candle breakout pattern. Still, again, showing a little bit of strength right now. Seeing what this play is truly going to do next. I'm not loving my current entry with ANNA holding above $8 here, team. Gonna again be watching this one closely at this time. I'm in at the price of $7.89 right now. ANNA is trying to hold up that $5 mark, and it's not. And it's like, what I don't like is that it's building higher lows. I'm probably going to just kind of break even here. You might say, what do you mean break even? I'm gonna, I think, sacrifice my $255 win and just basically break even and get a better entry when it spikes on up towards around that 875 mark. I think that's a smarter move for me rather than have an ego and keep on holding. So I'm actually going to get out right now, guys. I'm going to sacrifice my early morning profit and wait for a better entry. And again, that's a huge part of trading. What I just did right there, guys, might be one of the biggest things part of trading that a lot of people don't understand. I am in on a trade. I do not want to lose. I do not want to take a loss. I do not want to take red. But my first trade, my first idea on my trade was, you know what, guys? Let's see if $8 holds up as a resistance line. Now, the thing is, $8 started breaking. $8 is going up towards around $8.25, $8.24. Even if I'm wrong, let's say, again, we crash back on down. I don't want to be a person that is changing my game plan constantly. My game plan was, let's get filled at an old spiking high with a cost basis right around $7.90. We got filled at that area. Now we're going up to $8.05, $8.10, $8.20. Would it be smarter for me to just say, you know what, this still is building a little bit of higher lows. You know what, this still has a little bit of strength. You know what, this is still, again, going on nice rips and runs right here. Let me just be a smart trader. Let me, again, just eliminate myself from this trade at this moment. Let me break even on the day and start fresh. Rather than just saying, you know what, I'm going to keep holding. And I'm going to gamble. And I'm going to wait until I'm down $2,000 before I say, I should probably get out. Don't you guys think that's probably the wrong way to trade? So I don't want to be going through max pain before, again, then pulling the trigger. I don't think that's the right way for us to trade. I don't think that's the right way for us to be able to make our money. So I think a huge advantage of trading that so many people overlook is the fact of being willing to get out when your play isn't working exactly the way you want. So I'm okay. I'm okay with right now being down on the day $122. What I'm not okay with is being down $2,000. You are not a loser if you take a small loss on a trade. But you will be a loser if you end up blowing up your entire account because you just have an ego and say, I never want to sell. You know what I mean? So it's more about understanding, hey, how high can this play honestly go up to? And then let's look for the next reversal area. So again, that's all I'm going to do. We know it's a mid-candle breakout setup right now. We know the stock has been an absolute beast. We know the stock is going on a nice rip and run. I'm going to wait until we spike up towards a higher mark. Now, what is that higher mark here, traders? I'm looking at past chart history pattern. Past chart history pattern for me shows that the next old spiking high is going to be around the 980 mark. Now, would you guys agree or disagree? Everyone take a look real quick. Take a look at the chart here. Do you guys see old spiking high right around $980, $10? $980, $10. Here's a bounce play, $980, $10. Here's a bounce play, $980, $10. Here's a bounce play, $980, $10. Bounce play, $980, $10. That's what I want you guys to see right now. So when I am looking for where is a stock going to reverse, I am trying to predict the future. And I have ANNA spiking right now. The way we can predict the future is by looking at the past chart history pattern. Every single time I take a look over on this play, I see that there's a lot of trouble right around this red line. This red line right here, I could see $9.80. I could see $10. I could see when we fall on down to it, dip buy, $10, $9.80, $9.80, $9.80, $10, $9.80. Now reversals, right around $9.80, $10, $9.80, $10. Let's go more into the present moment right now. Let's keep scrolling forward into, again, our present moment. And that's going to be bringing us most likely towards around this area. So where do I feel comfortable shorting next? Probably $9.80, $10. That's where I feel confident next on my play. Now, Deck, what if it turns and falls and dumps right now? So be it. Who cares? But I feel more confident now, waiting for it to spike on up and then look for a better opportunity. I cannot guarantee the future. People always say this to me now. They always say, well, Deck, if again, you're so sure it's going to run up to $9.80, why don't you just buy it right now at this moment? Well, the thing is, guys, I am not sure. I have no idea if it's going to run up towards $9.80. But what I'm saying is if it does, that's going to be the next area I'm going to short. I have no idea if it's going to run up to $9.80 or not. It might go sideways, it might dump, it might spike a little bit, drop on down, but I'm saying that's the next area that I feel good about with my reversal. Okay? So, right now, PAVS, anything no? FEED, anything no? DXST. DXST trying to spike its way on up a little bit. DXST, this one seems like a little bit of a random play here. What else do we have here? ONTM. ANNA might be the most consistent play so far today. Am I right there, guys? Might be ANNA being the most consistent stock so far. Guys, right now, DXST actually just opened on up. DXST opened on up at the price of $4.50. Right now, again, a lot of traders are running over to DXST. A little bit of a weird play over here, guys. Be careful on it. Stock's up 40%. It only has right now 130,000 shares traded on it. So there's not much volume on this play. You might get a little stuck on this play. Only do 250 shares at a time. Double check to see if there's any sort of news over on DXST, but this stock looks like it's most likely a pump and dump. Most likely DXST is probably a pump and dump like move, and there's the dump. So again, you guys can see basically pump on up on low volume, dump on down. Most likely there's a Discord out there in the world just, trying to say, hey, you know what, let's pump a play on up, and now it's coming to crash. So we do have that right now. What else do we have here, traders? So let's go back over to ANNA. ANNA, $9.80, $10, our next area, okay? $9.80, $10, next area for us that we like. Let's have ourselves an absolutely beautiful day. If you guys do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I'm always here to help you guys on out. The S&P 500 is still fading and falling. PAVS, guys, is trying to pop this morning. Now, again, something I do want to throw out there for every single person over on PAVS is PAVS actually had an alert earlier this morning, guys. Scroll on down here, and you guys will be able to see it. PAVS right here. It says PAVS, no news. Small microcap with potential. PAVS is the #1 top gainer this morning with a 74% gain. Approximately 667,000 shares. There is a float of 70,000 shares that are short. This is representing that the stock theoretically has a short float of over 500%. So traders, when you have a short float, when the majority of traders are shorting this play, the majority of people out there are shorting this stock. If PAVS finds buyers, what's going to happen? The stock is going to go on a short squeeze. Now, team, for anyone who's new and doesn't understand how short squeezes work, I'm going to give you guys a very simple and easy breakdown. What makes stocks go up? I know we see stocks just on the stock market and they go up, they go down, they get this, that, but what actually moves place? Guys, you and I, money being invested into it. If we have stock XYZ, okay, just think about this real quick. If we have stock XYZ and it's right here and I purchase stock XYZ, XYZ goes up a little bit because my funds now make the company more valuable. Now, let's say again, hypothetically, 10 people purchase it. Doop, 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 doop. Now, again, the stock is a little bit more valuable. Now, let's say 100,000 people purchase that play. Doop, 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 doop. That's the stock moving on up. Now, what would you say if 50,000 people sell that play? Now the stock moves on down because it's less valuable. So what makes the stock actually move up at the end of the day? People buying it. What makes the stock move down at the end of the day? People selling it, right? We all know this. Now, shorting is the opposite. So shorting is when you first enter, you are betting that the stock is going to decrease in value. So when you actually enter a short, the stock moves on down. So if I enter a short, the stock moves down a little bit. If 10 people enter a short, the stock moves down a little bit more. If 100,000 people enter a short, the stock moves on down a little bit more. Now, the thing is, when you get out of a short, it's now the opposite, which means a stock is going to move up a little bit. So imagine, guys, if the majority of people that are in on PAVS are shorting this play. And you know why the majority of people are shorting PAVS? Because it's a garbage play. PAVS is not good. PAVS has fallen from $120 to 62 cents. The majority of the people in the world are shorting PAVS because the company sucks. It's not good in any way. So that's why it has a 500% share short float. But what would happen maybe if all of a sudden a couple buyers, some buyers start moving in on PAVS? Well, now the stock's moving up. And this is going to make shorters a little bit more nervous. And they're going to say, you know what? I'm going to get out. So some shorters get out. And this brings in more buyers for confidence. And then that makes more shorters get out. And that brings more buyers and more shorters. And that's what we call a short squeeze. Where buying confidence move in, not only are buyers pushing the play up, but now shorters are getting out because they're trying to, save their money. So now the stock's going up higher and higher and higher. And that's what happened back in GameStop back in 2021. Do you guys remember GME, GameStop back in 2021, where we saw this play go absolutely insane? We saw the stock go wild because everyone was shorting GameStop. But then again, enough retail traders started buying GameStop where funds were saying, hey, we're down $100,000. We're down $1 million. We're down $200 million. And the CEO says, get out of it. Now, not only are buyers excited, but now funds are taking their money out of the play, which is making the stock go up even higher, which is now triggering more funds to get out, which makes the stock go up even higher. Now the biggest funds in the world are saying, get out. And now that's making it go higher, and that makes everyone more excited. So again, when you have a short squeeze, it's essentially a mix of buyers getting involved in a play and sellers that are panicking on the play, or shorters that are panicking on that play. Make sense? So, I want to make sure that we are all set, ready to rock and roll. Good to go. Ready to see what we have here. Right now, guys, A-N-N-A. Guys, there's that A-A-N-A little spike. Oh, let me fix the camera. Hold on 1 second. I will get you guys. Give me 1 second here. One moment, traders. I'll be right back on the mic in just a second here. Let's go, baby. Guys, little heads on up. Does everyone understand what I just said about the short squeeze? Does that make sense, everyone? Does that make sense, everyone? Just want to make sure that you guys are all good here. Oh! Oh! SATL. Want to make sure that you guys are all good, ready to rock and roll, ready to see where the buying volume is going to take us, ready to see where the hype's going to take us, ready to see where the action, the momentum, all that good stuff. Right now, team CVV, kind of looking around right now, seeing where, again, that buying volume is going to take us next. Traders, ANNA got up towards 844. It's trying to stay alive. Team, can you please give me about 2 minutes here? I got to fix something on the stream right here so it stays alive and good. Give me 2 minutes. Guys, go grab yourself a quick cup of coffee. We're going to keep our eyes peeled over on ANNA and hopefully, again, make some money on this day. We just got to find, again, the big ripper and runner. 2 minutes. Coming back live. Stay ready to rock. I'm excited. I'll see you guys back here in just a moment. All right. Let's get ready to go here, traders. I think we are pretty much good to see what we have at this time. I mean, like, right now it is currently 10 in the market. ANNA had a little bit of a pop. We got up towards 840 as the high so far. That's RBNE. RBNE, a little rip there. Guys, RBNE, a little bit of a spike. Right now we're down $100 on the day. Barely anything, but we got a little bit of RBNE hype. RBNE, a little bit of action. PAVS, again, is that short squeeze play that's slowly trying to work itself on up. RBNE got up towards the price of 176 so far. The thing is, 178 is the 13 EMA. The 13 EMA mark is going to be, again, like one of those top dogs, those top areas that we want to be focusing on and looking at. FATN. So we are going to continue to keep our eyes peeled on this. Kind of see what we have here. See where, again, the next breakout, next rip, next run, next pop, next climb is going to be. We're going to see if we can be able to kind of get that next leg and see if we get any sort of big spikers. I mean, that's kind of what it comes on down to, traders. We are still waiting and watching. Now, I also will say this, guys. I do want to say thank you so much for everyone who voted for me to be a nominee over on the StockTwits StockTwit Awards. I know we were going after Financial Creator of the Year. Unfortunately, I am not an option. I'm not an option. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know who the hell these people are at all. I've never heard of one of them. No idea. Do any of them live stream? No idea. Do any of them, again, show their P&Ls? No idea. Does anyone, again, show up every single... no idea. So I have no idea. I was a little disappointed at first when I was like, damn, I'm not even a nominee. I'm not even, even in the running. So a little disappointed at first. At the same time, no disrespect to those guys that are nominees. They probably do amazing things in their own way. But at the same time, I feel like at this point, sometimes, again, sometimes I try to fit the mold. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, again, if someone says, hey, can you do this for me? Or can you do that for me? Or can you do this for me? Or, I try to fit the mold to be able to, help someone that asks. I'm kind of done with it. Kind of done, again. I think I'm just going to go lone wolf style out here. Done posting, random dumb cringe videos at times. I'm done posting, again, I am going to be here. I'm going to trade. And if you want to show up and watch it, if you want to show up and be able to make money with me, do it. And if you don't, again, I support whatever the heck you want to do. But, it really has come on down to me after streaming for the last 10 years of my life. For me, again, being here every single day for the last 10 years and trying to do things right and, being able to help people on out and help them grow. I just kind of just going lone wolf at this point. Rather, again, do my own thing. And the people that want to be here and the people that want to follow me, the people that, are here to support me, hey, let's get ready to make some money. You guys are amazing. But I'm kind of done with different companies and such. So we'll see what we get. But I do appreciate every single person. Threw out the name right there that's here every single day. Primey. I know Primey official. That'll be fixed on Thursday, I believe. Thursday, they're releasing a new update. So Primey, little heads on up Thursday. You'll be all set, ready to go. Okay? So right here, traders, we want to make sure we are all good. All right, here. RBNE still trying to climb on up. RBNE is still the best play out there. Waiting to see what we have at this moment. RBNE still trying to get a little bit of momentum towards that upside. PAVS. RBNE. FEED. How's ANNA? That's fine. RBNE. I want to see how much more is left in the tank over here. I want to try to be able to make, $1,000 plus. Obviously, that's the goal. I will say if we can get that little pop up towards like 206, 207, start getting a nice little short back on down, start making some money over on that play. That's where we can really start making some cash. I'll be the first one to admit here, traders. Over the last, again, probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks, penny stocks have not been as hot. And it just comes on down to a lot of traders are still focused on, the S&P 500. As the S&P 500 falls, there is a lot more concern with, hey, let's not put ourselves in a, we're not going to put ourselves in a more risky investment such as a smaller play. When people see Apple falling, when people see Microsoft falling, when people see, again, their safe stocks falling, they usually don't have the confidence to go pull the trigger on, let's say, some smaller play. So that's why, again, we haven't been seeing multiple 100% spikers. We have 100% spiker right now, but even this isn't like crazy, right? We have a 62% top gainer, a 35% top gainer, a 29% top gainer. You know what I mean? So the thing is, we have a lot of these kind of like top gainers, but none of them are insanely massive. None of them are making anyone tons of money right now. It's more about like, take the money that you have, take a little bit of profit and go from there. RBNE still trying to get a little hype. Does have that little top area. If anyone does have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'm here for you. RDGT, YMT starting to hit a couple new highs. PAVS, guys. As I said, if the S&P 500 ever does start falling like sub 240, I mean that's going to be very, very, very like interesting prices. If we could start seeing like sub 240, if we could start seeing again like not twos, I'm talking about sixes, 640. We start seeing 630, 620s. I mean, guys, the S&P 500. We're getting very close to dip buy opportunities, especially sub 650, guys. So no DCAing for me just yet over on the S&P 500. I am still waiting for this one to go lower. I do have, just a little heads on up, I'll tell you guys, I have about $250,000 in my retirement account. And I have some funds that I have not invested yet over in my retirement account that are not liquid or are liquid and not in the market just yet. So I do want to see if we do go even lower over on the S&P 500, if we can keep on dropping and fading and then be able to get some even better dip buys and better bounce plays. Right now, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I am here for you, and all I want to do is help you guys on out. YMT, UGRO, DXST. Guys, any questions, comments, concerns? Right now, we're in a little bit of like a standstill. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I am more than happy to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need. Squirrel, do you track success on shorts, like probability of how many hit as planned versus not? You know, data nerd. I mean, I track my, win rate. My win rate right now is about 84% in 2026. Now, I would say probably 80% of my trades are shorts. There's probably 80% that are shorts, probably 15 of them are, dip buys, and 5% of them are breakouts. Prime, do you own any cool cars? No, I do not. Not at this time. I've owned a Lamborghini. I've had a McLaren. I've had a Ferrari. But right now I have a truck. I have a Toyota Tacoma for the last 3 years. Can you explain different trade idea scanners purposes today or tomorrow? The trade idea scanners, this right here is just all custom coded. So what's the point of it? It's just, I want to see what's relevant. In the day trading world, I don't care about what happened yesterday. I care about what's happening right now. So again, my breakout scanner are stocks that are currently, again, moving up with strong momentum. The high of the day momentum scanner is any stock that is currently hitting a new high, right? I want to find stocks that are spiking, stocks that have volume, stocks that are hitting new highs. And then again, we have our top gainer list. Stocks that are obviously, again, relevant. Stocks that are the top gainers in the stock market. Stocks that are halted, aka had big spikes or big dumps that have so much momentum they're getting halted. And then mid-candle breakout patterns. Mid-candle breakout patterns, just like ANNA that we talked about. So a little heads on up here, traders. I dropped the link before for every single person. If anyone purchases trade idea scanners using my link, send me again a receipt email that shows that you have purchased using the code DECMAR25. I will give you all my scanner codes for free. So you will not get these scanner codes just by signing up to trade ideas. But if you guys, help me out, you guys use my link, I will send you all of my scanner codes so you guys have the high of the day momentum scanner, the breakout scanner. I will send you everything you need. All you got to do is click it and you will get everything that you see right here. Right now, Anna might still have that chance of a squeeze. ANNA might still get a little bit of that pop. Project, for the third time, Deck. What do you think of ScanTrade? I've never heard of them. No idea who they are. So again, Project Insights, I have no idea what ScanTrade is. I've never heard of ScanTrade. If I've never heard of it, it might not be that good. I don't know. I don't want to diss a company I've never even heard of before. They could be great. Never used them. Fook! What do you do to protect gains when the market shifts and not gives it back? This is what we are working on. So yeah, the thing is, when we are seeing that the market's a little bit slower, when we see we're not seeing as many big breakouts, obviously shorting can be in your favor. But at the same time, just understand we even see a lot of consolidation. Stocks that basically spike and dump a little and then hold their gains and then move slightly up, then move slightly down. Any green is always good. Any profit is always good. Change your mindset of saying, let me try to make $20,000 a day to be, hey, let me walk away with $300 a day. Hey, a deck, I want to make $50,000 a day. Let me make $500 a day. You know what I mean? Sometimes, again, you just got to change your mindset. Lower your expectations slightly to be all good. Right now, ANNA still trying to set itself on up. If there is going to be a squeeze, if there is going to be a spike, if there is going to be a rip, a run, a pop, a climb, all that good stuff, we do know, again, ANNA is probably the best bet. I'm going to give this day about another 10 minutes. See what we can do over on this one. PAVS here, RBNE, FEED, YMNT, CVV, VAWV got a little hype. Again, if ANNA does start squeezing here, traders, there's a chance, again, we could get up towards that 980 mark. And if we do start squeezing, that's where, again, this one has the best chance to kind of make us money on this day. Best chance to be able to make us profit. Best chance to kind of wake up the world and say, hey, it's go time. It's game time here. Paul, appreciate you, Deck. One of the best out there. Thank you so much, Paul. Again, I want to help you guys grow and become the best traders you guys can be. Right now, all eyes over on ANNA. That's where the attention is at. That's where the focus is at. That's where, again, people are looking. ANNA. Right now, team, we do have a lot of attention and a lot of focus over on ANNA. Tom V, no big real runners just yet. Nothing yet, but again, ANNA, Anna, can definitely pop here and get up towards, again, $9 plus. There's a little new high of the day over on Anna. I know some people are probably shorting right now. Some people are going to short on every little pop. Like, people are going to say, hey, 850 I'm shorting, 860 I'm shorting, 870 I'm shorting. People are going to short every little pop, just a heads up for you guys. Because people are saying there's not going to be any follow through today. People are saying, hey guys, there's not many spikes right now. There's not many rips right now. There's not many climbs right now. Anything that pops, let's just short right back down. Any new high of the day on any top gainer, let's just pull the trigger and short it. That's what a lot of traders' mindsets are. Do you think people are really out here today saying, oh, let's buy for a massive breakout? If you right now are saying, I'm buying for massive breakouts, you are an absolute psychopath. Because you have to read the room. Read the room, guys. Is there anyone in the room right now that's looking for big breakouts? People are, again, trying to just find, again, some profits. People are, again, scurrying the market for some crumbs right now. People are, again, upset that the S&P 500 is down 5% on the year. People are upset the top gainer on the day is only, we have 125% top gainer, which is great, but it's fading and falling. Then again, we have other stocks that really aren't doing that much, only up 30%. It's almost like you walking into a funeral and you being like, why is everyone so gloomy right now? That's basically what you're doing if you're buying breakouts at this moment. So again, that's obviously an example. It's hypothetical, but I want you to understand, if you are, again, losing money because you're buying breakouts when the S&P 500 is near 2026 lows, buying breakouts when we don't have much news, buying breakouts when, again, stocks that people are just basically looking to make crumbs at this time. So I'm saying that to the extreme just to kind of set your mindset right now. But could we see, again, ANNA get that little pop up towards $9 or hopefully $10? Yes. But I will tell you, the majority of people, every pop, people are going to short it. Every pop, people are going to get in on the short side and try to bring it down even lower. So right now, ANNA, we'll still keep our eyes peeled on this one for a little bit longer. If you guys do have any questions, comments, concerns, you guys can ask. Obviously, I absolutely love to be able to help you guys on out with anything that you guys need. I want to see you grow. I want to see you be the best trader that you could possibly be. ANNA has been one of the trades that we alerted super early this morning. So if anyone has not seen this, I actually posted this trade at the time of 8:44 a.m. talking about how this is one of my favorite go-to breakout patterns. It again happens when you either have a chart set up, aka the 13 EMA 200-day moving average squeeze, or you have a news. This one had a squeeze. We had a little reversal pattern on day 2, and now buyers are moving back on in. And as buyers move on in, this is where, again, we start seeing a lot of hype, a lot of action, a lot of momentum towards this play. Now, ANNA still testing, just came on up towards around that 850 mark there for a moment. Definitely has potential. Short the highs, either look for dip buys, or again, dip buys are best if you want to, go on the long side. Again, all of the parameters, I don't have I can't just say out loud every single setting on every single window. As I said, guys, if you sign up to Trade Ideas, Tom, I will send you again my scanner settings. So all my scanner settings I will send. Use the link, Deckmart 25% off. I'll send everything over to you. Do you have to trade every day on one stop prop? No. Again, you trade when you want. So you do not have to trade every day. If you're in the challenge phase and it says you have to trade for like 5 days, that doesn't mean, again, 5 days in a row. That just means like overall 5 days. Okay? So you got more than enough time to be able to do what you want when you want. All right, team. ANNA. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled over on ANNA for the rest of the day. I will say if this play runs up towards around $9.80, $10, your boy is going to be looking for a short. So, just throwing that out there for every single person. If we get about $1.50 rip and run and pop and climb, we get a little bit of a squeeze. $1.50, I'm looking for that possible short, and that's what I'm going to be looking for on this day. Other than that, no reason for me to force anything. I know we're kind of sitting out here in the middle of the Sahara Desert searching for water at this time. So let's just stay smart. Let's use our head. Let's see what comes on up in the future. And then, of course, we will go from there. Team, I love you with all my heart. I want to make sure that you guys are growing, learning, becoming the best trader that you guys can be. But again, a huge part about being a mentor to you guys is not only about understanding when we have, not only understanding when we have opportunity to trade and be able to have confidence to pull the trigger, but we also have to be able to have confidence and have discipline to be able to sit back. I know sometimes sitting back isn't fun. I know that sitting back right here isn't, again, what we want to do. But I will say, again, it's what we have to do on days that, again, all traders are going to do is throw away money. They're going to throw away their profits. People are going to say, I can't wait to become a full-time stock trader, and think that that means you have to trade all day. If there's no good opportunities, there's no reason to go ahead and force a play. Deck, why are stocks so dead at this time? There's a war in Iran. The S&P 500 is coming on down towards lows. If people are losing on their big-time investments, all their blue chips are losing. Microsoft's losing. Apple's losing. Google's losing. Why do you think, again, we're going to see smaller speculative plays spike? Is Bitcoin spiking? No. Is, again, growth stocks spiking? No. Are smaller plays spiking? No. Because, again, people aren't going to throw extra funds and more risky plays when their big money isn't even winning. So we do need the S&P 500 to start working its way back on up, to start gaining confidence in the market, to get more money kind of drizzling down the markets. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure that you guys understand it. It all kind of just drizzles down the market. You have one thing that's big. It affects the SPY. A SPY affects growth plays. Growth plays affect against smaller caps. It all just goes right on down. So, traders, as always, it is an absolute joy, it is an absolute blessing to be here with each and every single one of you guys, to wake up day after day, to be able to live stream, to be able to be here. We kick off these streams every morning at around 7 a.m. Eastern time. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's see what happens over on NAAA. That's the best chance that we have coming up in the future. And let's get ready for an absolutely big day ahead. Once we start getting a little bit more buying volume, once we start getting a little bit of hype, we can turn up. We can get a little crazy. We can get a little wild. And that's what I want. But right now, team, it's about discipline. Let's not buy at tops. I say this stuff not to, again, deter you from trading, but to help you grow. If you need anything at all, please let me know. We are a team. We're here to support you. Please ask questions. ANNA, $10 is where I'm looking to short. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined us on this day. I love you guys. Have a good one. And help me wrap this thing on up. Let's get after it here, baby. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! I love you, traders. Stay smart. No reason to force right now. Let's see what comes on up here next.
She gon' bring her attitude on. You don't wanna do nothing with your life. When the fire starts to burn, right, and it starts to spread, she gon' bring her attitude on. You don't wanna do nothing with your life. I'm losing it.
Straighten up, little soldier. Stiffen up that upper lip. What you crying about? You got me. Haley, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that I never had. I can see you sad, even when you smile, even when you laugh. I can see it in your eyes, deep inside you wanna cry, cause you're scared. I ain't there, daddy's with you in your prayers. No more crying, wipe them tears. Daddy's here, no more nightmares. We gon' pull together through it, we gon' do it. Laney uncle's crazy, ain't he? Yeah, but he loves you, girl, and you better know it.
What's your name? Let me talk to you. Let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain. You know me. Convict music, nappy boy. Buy your train. I'ma take it home with me. I got money in the bank. I need three cats. We in the bed like we in the bed like
Heads up! Heads up! It's another one, and another one. Yeet, yeet. Why you all in my ear? Talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Yeet, yeet. I ain't playing around. Make one false move, I take you down. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Yeet, yeet. Why you all in my ear? Talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that.
where it began. I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never would. Oh, no, no.
And I really like the way and I really like the way you girl, I really like the way you
Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you?
and I really like the way you
Goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
And boom goes the dynamite.
know you wanna party, listen to your body. I want to get naughty, and I really like the way
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
and I really like the way you
feel your energy from 2 planets away. I got my drink, I got my music, I will share it, but today I'm yelling, bitch, don't kill my vibe. 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 Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Lately, no, I've been stressed, living in my head, watching us fading. Oh baby, know that I said we could reset, no we can't save it.